At it.
Hello, we have returned from the void.
Months and months of waiting. I'm sure we were missed by somebody. Uh,
Yes, hi.
yes.
That is me, Doge. I am the one call man, the man they call once.
Yeah, one time. Well, only in emergencies. Uh, you know.
Yeah.
He called once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Haha.
Well, he at least picked up the call.
Real.
I
Yeah.
yeah, anyways, let's get the show on the road.
Yeah.
Wahoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're cruising down a mile a minute, so yeah. Welcome in.
Thank you,
Welcome,
thank
welcome.
you.
Explain a little bit about yourself, I guess. Start with.
Uh sure. I mean what exactly is
We
it
can
that
start in with how you, I guess, go about to sit down and do your writing.
oh man. That's an interesting one. When it comes to the writing, in general, it's in spurts. It's not where I give myself an actual set time to really be like, you know what, I'm gonna dedicate this much time to really write or anything of that sort. It's more of a, you know what, if I feel like writing, I'll start writing. If I don't, I don't. If I really don't really want to write, I maybe write two sentences, and another day it's going to be like an entire, you know, an entire chapter in one night. Um, and most of the time, it's usually a bit of both. But the majority of the time, it's always got to do with just punching things into Google Doc and seeing how it flows. I don't really ever have anything that I have like pre-thought out about how the chapter goes. As soon as I put the words on the paper, it's just, you know, whatever sticks sticks, and I'll fix it later.
Kind of like what I do, I guess, since I've started writing again. Uh,
Yeah, it's pretty similar from what I heard. Yeah, I don't try to force myself into making a story or a chapter that might not flow well. And when it came to like one call, for instance, I started off with knowing how it would begin, and then knowing how it would end, but everything in the middle is just as it goes. So that's why the very first like 10 to 15 chapters, you can see that there's some very inconsistencies of how my writing style is versus how it comes to the very end. Um, and because of that, it's changed quite considerably about how I come along writing chapters. But it still comes to that very like thing of mine where I will just write as I go, and I do not have anything planned other than just the beginning and the end. That's it.
yeah, I mean, for mine, of course, I have a basic roadmap of points that I need to hit at some point. I don't know when I'm going to hit
Correct.
them. It's just going to come when it comes.
Correct.
And right
Yes.
so far, it's like I'm writing like it's a sitcom with a like a serialized sitcom.
Uh huh.
So like
Yeah.
it's just whatever the chapter is, but it's loosely connected to the overall plot of what's happening.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, in general, one call has gone through. I think I wouldn't say multiple iterations, but more of. It's definitely changed from what it was supposed to originally be. When it came to writing one call, it was insanely different than what it was actually that it would actually panned out. Because when I first started writing, it was actually supposed to end on a very happy note. Well, rather than a happy note, it was a happy, like an open ended happy note, really, almost similar to what I have now. But when it came to when it came to like the general idea of the story, it's changed considerably because it was not it was not what it was supposed to be. And partially it's all thanks to kind of the comments. I was stupid enough to really listen to what some people had to say in the comments, how they didn't like a certain point of the story, that I actually had to uh, switch around certain things in order to make it flow better for the audience. And in my opinion, I feel like that was my fault. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's better out this way.
Yeah, might just be.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some people, it's just better to abandon the plan.
Yeah, yeah,
Just focus on
absolutely.
if it fits with what you've already written.
Pretty much. If some people know this, some people might not know this, but the original story for One Call was not actually supposed to be the way that it ended. It was originally supposed to be a story of Anon actually being in the hospital the entire story. It was supposed to be up to the amnesia arc. I don't know if you've read it, Oates, but
I've not gotten
it's
to the amnesia arc yet. I just
oh
started. I got a little busy last couple days.
So
yeah,
I'm
or
fully caught up on both One Call and One, so I understand what you're talking about.
yeah. So it was supposed to. So the latter half of the story was supposed to all end up in the hospital in the near Skin Row, and it was supposed to be a story of how Fang basically comes to realization that she's a fuck up and that she basically betters herself to take care of Anon, and he has amnesia. He gets his memories back at the end of the story, and they leave the hospital all happy. But that all changed because at the certain part of the story where he does not have his memories, he people have complained saying um, that they didn't like this arc, that it seemed a bit too drawn out, that it didn't seem like it was pushing the story along, and because of that, I had to switch gears completely, have him have his memories come back as quickly as possible, and then move on to different things. And because of that, I mean, I feel like the story has actually gotten better in that sense, which it's gotten longer, it's gotten more characters, and it's got a bigger plot than it was originally supposed to have because it wasn't supposed to have crazy amount of drama, but now it's got a bit of both for almost every single chapter.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one call for you.
Was that all it took?
What was that?
Was that all it took?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, one call. It's all. That's all it took.
Yeah, I
All it
haven't,
takes.
and unfortunately, like I haven't been able to get into your one shots either. But I'll get to it. I
Uh,
swear.
with some of the one, yeah. Some of the one shots have actually been very big influence from other writers. A big one of them is Arlok. Amazing writing from him and amazing art, of course. He's made half of the art for One Call, and he's currently making some of the art for Only a Lifetime Away. Which somebody please tell him that I want to pay him because he still will not take payment from
He
me,
will not
and
listen.
I
He's
understand.
he's just one of them.
Arlok, Arlok, if you're watching this fucking stream, let me pay you. Uh, don't be like this, please. I beg you. Thank you. Anyways, but yeah. The reason, if you've read that fic, that one shot, it really heavily influenced me to write what was it, Turbulent Solace, where basically Anon goes and it's an E1 a post E1 one shot where he decides to actually disappear into the wilderness and work as one of those fire lookouts guys.
Yeah. He
And
becomes a fire
yeah,
watchman.
right, Firewatch Bay, yeah, exactly. And you know, from him, it influenced for me to write that, and then later on, it kind of influenced me to write a E2 one shot where Anon works as a delivery driver and has a very mundane life. That's pretty short and you know pretty much it. Um, when it comes to other one shots that I've made, there's one that I really like, but Starman kind of shit on me for it.
That's
Would
Starman. That's
be
just how he is.
pretty much. It would be Together Again, where it's if any of you read the Skinny Game green texts, it's actually a written out version of that one green text with the E1 where he decides to end his life because of the doxing, and Fang couldn't handle it and decided to follow in his footsteps. Uh, that one I felt like I was really well made, but some people considered it a little bit too meh. But other than that, when it comes to any other fic that I've really written, nothing comes as big as One Call. And currently writing another huge one, which would be Only a Lifetime Away, which itself also has gotten a bit of criticism. But you work through it.
Tis the nature of the
Yeah,
beast to be
it's
criticized about things.
more of people having expectations when that's not what the author is intending.
Yeah.
Correct. Like the expectations that I'm trying to write for Only Lifetime Away is completely different than what Swan did with his childhood friends fic. What was a Promise of a Lifetime, and it's an amazing story that he's written. It's absolutely great. It's fluffy. It's full of great moments. There's some drama, and it's great. It's amazing overall. But my version would be basically, what if it was a complete turnaround? What if they were childhood friends, Fang decided to completely betray him and pretend like she never knew him because she didn't want to be bunched in with the bullies, and that basically molded into who he is as a person. And from there, he still leads the life of a lonely 4chaner who decides to shit on R9K and other threads just for the shits and giggles.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
only thing is the fact that a lot of people in the comments had, in the last chapter that is, had a lot of expectations of him trying to be uh more buffed up, less passive, to be more against the bullies that he encountered when it came to people like Trish, for instance. But I didn't want to do that because I felt like that wouldn't be enough character development as of yet. And people, in my opinion, I feel like were rushing things. Then they wanted me to make it seem like he has become a like a brick wall that you can't push around. Uh,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to follow some of the original Snoot script, because if you read chapter 3, it is practically almost word for word, except for the biggest plot points which would be like the first concert, meeting the meeting with Nasser in the first place, and all that all those other sorts. But yeah, so far, I mean, I'm already reading chapter 5, and that is already a huge deviation into what I left it off at.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I guess you you can reference the VC chat. You can put in arrows. Yeah, this perfectly personifies what Anon in once in a life, or yeah, only once in a lifetime is. When you've been burned so much in life, you don't see it worth wasting the energy to fight anymore.
Correct. Yes. So the whole point of Anon's personality in this one is that he is still the same loner, but he is not someone who's willing to really go through all that pain, that misery, and all the drama that goes around with having to fight people. Because what's the point if all it's going to do is just point a huge red arrow at you that says, "Avoid me," make fun of me, and or give yourself a bad reputation just because you fought off a bunch of dinos being the only human in school. At that point, it's best to just let things happen, go with the flow, and just tell everyone to fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Act natural.
Act natural, exactly, just like the original story, except this
Pretend you
time,
belong there.
exactly,
Don't
yes,
become
pretend
don't
like you
become
belong.
wallpaper. Pretend like you belong.
Right, right, exactly. But when it comes to some of the character changes, when it comes to Trish, for instance, is unlike the original story, she's going to be a bit more of a detective here, and of course, still a big bully. But she's going to find out basically at some point. This is a small spoiler uh, of how things got between Fang and Anon in the first place. And the doxing is still going to happen, but it's not going to be in the way that you might think. And one other note that I'd like to make is at least his parents are attentive here. and not
Yeah.
dickheads.
Good mouse parents. It's nice to see.
Oh yes, the gourmet treat of parents that actually care and people who understand that as parents actually care.
Which I'm glad you're doing this because I'm gonna be honest, I think the community has misinterpreted Anon's parents because we know he is a unreliable narrator.
Listen, man, I'm not gonna say they're good parents. I'm just gonna out and say they do care.
Yeah, it's like they're not as attentive as they should be, and maybe they didn't push him enough in life to be better, but they're not chronic assholes I'd rather see him dead on the street.
It's more the fact that what I've realized playing through Snoop Game again is the fact that it's very vague what the how the parents really acted, because they were only the only thing that was really mentioned from around it is the fact that the parents only wanted what was best for him as long as he put his head to it, but he just didn't want to listen.
Yeah.
Angsty teenager stuff. That's basically how I could say it. Um, and that follows through here, because if you read chapter 3 and some of chapter 4, you can tell that and I'm pretty much doesn't want to talk to his family because he feels like they wouldn't understand, and them trying to push a little bit more attention onto him is annoying, and he just wants to be left alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, regular learner stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah, when I say when he has been burned so much he doesn't see it worth wasting energy anymore, it doesn't just mean being confrontations, it means interacting as a whole. He just wants to be
Correct.
left alone.
I want to crawl in my hole and die.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Where's my shovel? I have to make it now.
He
The
wants to dig
shovel
a
is the
hole and
actions
get
that he
in it.
had the entire time.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
You, as the player, are the shovel. Your choice is dig his hole that he dies in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, glad that's established.
uh,
I love being philosophical.
Yes. Philosophotes.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the story's going well so far. I was like last weekend. I was a little bit uh annoyed about some of the comments, as well as in my own thread about what people really expect, and I even put my foot down at some point, stating that I'm going to write the story as I want, and I will not really be influenced by anybody else.
As you should. You should write the story you want to write.
Correct.
Like I said, when I said the community misinterpret their expectations, what you're wanting to deliver isn't writer, I mean, is people usually expect Alan to be this Giga Chad White Knight who won't take anything. No, he was not that. He was, in base game, he was a snide asshole, and this, he just wants to be left alone.
Just kind of wants to
Yeah,
vibe.
pretty much.
I like vibing.
I mean, he still is going to be somewhat of an asshole, but it's only going to be it's only going to be when it's really needed. Especially when it's to, call somebody out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, Meister, I see you there. Write the story I want. How about that?
Well, Maestro, if you want to write only a lifetime away, you can always write your own version of it. There's no problem there. We're already having alternate universes upon alternate universes.
Yeah, you. Oh, there's
We've
the
hit
Anonverse
the
is
old-
such an
we've hit the-
extensive thing. It's about to reach singularity. It'll begin to think for itself. Also, Noble, I do not think we mentioned triggers.
Yeah, triggers be triggers. What can you do? I'm
Triggers
a
be
big
tripping.
Trish hater. I'm a big Trish hater, so yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of Trish. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Same. I mean,
Most triggers
there
are
some.
written in kind of that bitchy manner by Caveman on.
I mean, that's pretty much the whole point. She's a bitch, and for some reason, there are people who like to flip that switch and be like, she just misunderstood." I'm like, well, yeah, but only to a point.
That still doesn't excuse actions to be misunderstood. She meant well. You know who else meant well?
A lot of people.
A lot
in
of
history,
terrible
yes.
people.
Exactly,
George Bush meant
especially-
well.
Yeah, and we always know that that there's a certain person in history down in 1940s who also meant well, but he also fucked up. Anyways,
I mean, I wasn't gonna
uh,
bring up Hitler, but you know what? Since you have,
I didn't bring up his name. That's on you. Anyways, uh,
no, obviously you meant Joseph Stalin.
oh right, yes, of course, because I'm Russian. Thanks.
Oh no, these
Anyways,
just acted at the same time,
also Noble, your wife who is shit.
and you
Just
and
like
your
Spears
taste
would
is
say.
trash. No, well, actually,
Yeah,
hold on. He's
exactly.
been cooking some heaters, frankly.
True.
If you
He's
look at what
immaculate.
Noble
Trish,
writes, he cooks some heaters
cringe.
up.
I mean, granted that is true, but still, Trish is trash.
He doesn't write about Trish though, or he hasn't yet.
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 Smooth, yeah, pretty much because as Smooth, I think it was you who said it once before, that Russian literature is depressing, and what's it called? There's no happy endings, and I try to stick away from that because my endings are always bittersweet, and this one I want to end happy and not put that title on myself that I am perpetuating the
You're not
fact that
Snoot Club's
Russians
next big misery writer.
everyone already makes that title for me that I'm the fucking misery writer just because
How many people have had that label have come in here?
uh
I find
Half
that
of them.
fucking hilarious. I'm gonna be real. One call was not that miserable. It sure had its up and downs, but it wasn't, your typical run-of-the-mill Russian misery porn. Far from
listen
it.
listen, the very first like maybe 5 to 10 chapters are probably a bit miserable because yeah, there's a lot of drug use, there's
Well, yeah, it's
the
E2.
whole
Yeah.
it's E2. Yeah, exactly. I mean in general, when it comes to the original point for why I wrote the way that I wrote is because I wanted to stick with the original idea of E2 that nobody changes. And throughout the story, some people do change, but not for the better, and some people stay the same, which coincides with people like Anon's father, uh, Ripley, Trish, and even Reed, because as we know what happens in the end, some people do not make it out. Um, and for some people, even though they're leading better lives, they are always stuck with certain aspects in their lives that they can't change. Anon with his issues, for instance, and Fang with hers, I guess. But
You're not pulling a Saradobi and giving everybody the Wayne's World happy ending.
definitely
Nah.
not going to give a huge happy ending. I like to keep things realistic.
As cool as Broken Wings was, it is definitely a product of early Snoot fiction.
I think everyone knows that at that point, mostly for the fact that it was one of those where it was considered the top just for the fact that it was one of the first E2 fics that actually was fully realized and made sense to a fault. And the reason I say that, and I think if some people would agree with me, is the reason that is uh, it's there's some things in the story that feel too rushed. Uh, Again, in the first 4 chapters, they pretty much come together and they're already fixing things with each other. But when it comes to One Call, I made it a slow burn on purpose because I want it to be a realistic connection rather than something that they can just fix in 1 or 2 chapters so that I can uh, kind of get the plot going forward without having to make it so cliche.
Yeah. So, like, you read one call, I get the impression it takes place over the course of 6 months to a year, if not more.
Yeah.
It definitely takes about 6 months to a year. Yeah, that's exactly how I wanted to write it. I wanted it to feel like time has actually passed, especially with my writing schedule that I had. But I didn't want it also to seem like I wanted to draw out the relationship and the relationships with certain people. For instance, there's plot holes that I did probably leave open that I should have also closed. Some people in the comments at some point also said that Nasser did not have enough. He did not have enough. I guess you could say. How do I explain it? He didn't have enough into the story. He was just there for most of the time. Like he was helping out for both of them, but he didn't have his own, I guess, arc
But
in the story to make him seem, I guess.
so
Yeah,
in
what
real
was it?
life, there's plenty of people who are just gonna be there while you're going through
Yeah.
shit and be like, oh damn that sucks.
Like he
Yeah.
is supportive, he is Fang's brother after all, but it's not his story. This is a Anon and Fang story.
Oh,
He's there as a
absolutely.
supporting cast.
Right, right, right. And as supporting cast, I completely agree, but I still feel like it was a little bit. I feel like there was a little bit undone about what could have been. To I guess kind of include him a bit more. And some might say that he's included more than enough because he's helped out with you know making Fang better. He's helped out with Hanon to find his own place, I guess, in the relationship, and just in general being supportive, and that's great. But like I said, there are some plot points that I feel like that should have been, I guess, plugged that I just kind of left out. But you know, for being a first long fic, I guess you could say it's just uh what was it? It's uh, I don't know how to explain it. Um, you know what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get what you're trying to get at.
Yeah, but I try to do it as best as I could, especially with the amount of haters, not haters, but the hater that we know on this cockmaker.
Yep.
Uh,
Cock
goes
taker?
around and decides, yeah, cotton picker. Anyways, he you know, he decided to go and shit all over the fic. On 4chan and on here. But you know what? It's only one person. It's not like the
Rite of passage, you know?
yeah. There you go. The rite of passage. Exactly. The sign off is so once he comments, you already know it's a good story.
Once he comments,
Yep.
you know you've made it. Exactly.
Exactly. If he doesn't comment, then you haven't made it yet.
It it's a moment of true achievement in this community when you have a cock taker comment.
God, I'd love to get him in here just to yell at him.
I believe he tried to get into the Snoop Club, but he was like banned within 5 minutes.
I'm not surprised. Genuinely not
Yeah.
surprised.
How are you
Yeah,
gonna bring that much negativity into a space, man?
I mean, I was surprised the amount of negativity I got on the new story that I was writing for the last chapter. I honestly did not expect the amount of I wouldn't say displeasure, but more of a dislikeness of how I'm leading things. And at that I can only say is wait and see. That's it.
Yeah, it's more of people's. It's more the material, not people's own expectation of what they want.
Right.
'Cause,
But
like you read once, you know, yeah, no, it's not that kind of story here. It's only chapter 4. Shut the fuck up.
Not everything has to become slop for the sake of appeasing the
Not
masses.
not everything needs to be self-masturbatory man chat slop. Read the story, enjoy it.
right, exactly.
Or if you don't enjoy the
So
story, then
you could always
all
dip.
right. Yeah, you could just leave.
Yeah,
True.
I don't write like many people have said before to me. It's like you're not writing for them, you're writing for you. And if you're writing for them, then you better write something that you would like as well, that you would read. So that's what I try to strive for. If I'm going to write something that I hate, then why should I continue? I'm not some mangaka. I'm not going to. I'm not like it's not like somebody's forcing me to put my hand down on the paper and be like, you got to write this, you got to write this. So yeah, I'm gonna write it the way that I'm gonna write it, and if people have issues, then yeah. Swan father going off in the comments.
He's hit level 5 Midwestern anger. Newsflash, people.
Yeah, I honestly I've
He
made this
skipped hay, buddy.
But the thing is, I should probably do some changes to the summary overall of the story. I should probably update that. I don't want to really completely, um, I don't want to completely put it in the realm of the story because of Swan's story, that is, because I feel like it would I wouldn't say sully the name, but I don't want to. I don't want people to feel bad afterwards and say that the story was bad because, oh, Swan Fathers was great, and then later on it's like, this is completely different, I didn't want to read this.
I mean, that's the fault of the reader, not the writer. You have to
Yeah.
temper expectations always, no matter what it is. When you
Absolutely.
fail to
And
do that, you just do a disservice to yourself. At the end of the
right.
day.
And also Smooth, yes, yes, I rock, thank you. Soiled it, soiled it, soiled it.
Yes. Removal. Erosion, Rock. Erosion. How do you become fine iron sand without erosion? What the fuck am I talking about? Iron sand.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be going off with the story. I mean, I've already started on chapter 5. I've got about 10 or so pages done, but there's going to be some when it comes to certain characters in the story. I know that in Snoot Game, Stella and what's her name?
Rosa?
Rosa.
Rosa. Yeah, Stella and Rosa were not really uh around in the story for the original, especially near the end game. So I want to include them a bit more here, as people who you can really rely on as kind of like sisters, you could say. Because what was it? I feel like just having Fang to try and come back and be his best friend again would be a little too easy. And I feel like uh some character development for Fang to understand how friends really should be around how they act towards Anon when it comes to the later parts of the story, especially when it comes to the doxing. So they will be much more involved in the story than they have ever been in like the original game. And yeah, I want to I really wanted to expand some of their personalities and see how that works out.
Yeah, and vice versa can be done with Anon, because it's clear he's never really had any friends after Lucy and Nazer.
Right,
So
right,
for
and
people to
those that
actually come into his life and give a shit about him in his eyes, that's gonna do wonders.
right, yeah. The whole point is that I want him to what's it called? I want him to better himself around the people who would actually care about him and not just drop him like a fly.
Yeah.
And I hope it actually works out well and that it actually melts together and how they would act, especially with small spoiler, what's going to happen with his parents later on and how they act towards everything. Because when it comes to his family, as we know for now, or have we read for now, that it's going to be a bit it's a bit strained when it comes to his family and whatnot.
Yeah.
Plus, another small little spoiler. I want to change the scene from the rooftop down to a different location. So it will be a childhood location that they haven't been to in years, in order to really drive home their, friendship and whatnot. Because I feel like the rooftop scene, as nice as great as it is, it
It's
would
a little
do
played out.
well in this. It's not just played out; it's more the fact that it would fit in a better scenario here when it comes to their friendship. Because in majority of the stories, when they meet on the rooftop, it's because it's happening in the moment and all that stuff. But it would, but in a scenario where they used to be best friends, it would be it would be better for them to be in a place that they would recognize after so many years.
Yeah. He
So
more
no
sentimental and hit
rooftops.
closer to home.
No, exactly. Yes. So no rooftop scene here. Instead, it'll be completely different area. That will
Yeah.
make sense at some point.
It'll be, yeah, maybe like get one of those classic swing scenes on where they're just kind of at that part of the playground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not gonna happen. Actually, I won't spoil it from here on out. That's all I'm gonna say. Is they're gonna be in a place where where they used to play many years ago, and it's going to be gonna come to a point where at that point they're going to realize that they have fucked up with each other, that they should work to being better, or I'm gonna see if considering Anon's new personality here is completely different, it's going to be somewhat of reserved, and he would rather just completely start over rather than try to drudge things up or try to act like they're best friends since so many years ago and things just haven't changed.
Yeah.
But we'll see when it gets there.
Yeah, it'll
But
be a
yeah,
good journey, I think.
correct. But one other thing is I just hope that people do. Oh yeah, right. One other thing is the fact that there is going to be a Fang POV at some point. But I will not spoil when. That will be a surprise for the people to see.
It'll be for some very important moment that Anon cannot
Correct.
truly give us a good point of view to.
Correct.
Perhaps incapacitated,
I will not comment on that.
hit by a truck. And truck coon got him.
Oh fuck! Then he's actually gonna go to an anime world. That's great. Now he
Yay!
can openly be a weeb without issues.
Yeah, no problems. Wouldn't that be grand? Boy, I wonder if there's a fic like that just devolves really fast.
I'm not big into anime in general. I'm not hugely into it. The only animes that I've really watched is Demon Slayer, and if you were to really count as a kid, Dragon Ball. That's really it.
Oh, I'll watch them.
Yeah, it's same. Like I don't like most animes. I like the only ones I watch, the ones I like, the ones I've watched. So like Fire Force, One Punch, JoJo, and
And the ones I
Monster.
forced you to watch.
Oh, yeah, and those, but
But
I've
I
heard about
only
a lot.
I
those
only
four are the
grab
ones
Peak.
I've liked the most.
I only grab Peak, Sierra. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sharing it with you.
Okay, it's Ghibli. Can't go
Yeah,
wrong with Ghibli.
Oh, it's not just
I've heard
Ghibli.
of.
I
Oh,
will
yeah, and
die on this hill that
one-
Kakashi
that one
Goto
you were-
is fantastic. It's one of the
Oh, yeah,
best
that one's
that's come
really
out in recent years.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah. So if anybody has questions or even in the comments you want to ask me, I'll gladly answer. But if it has to do anything spoiler related, pee pee poo poo, go fuck yourself.
I see, I
Yeah,
see.
keep it general, people. No granularity.
I
Yeah.
usually ask people what their meditative process is for sitting down to write, but it seems like you, like me, just wait for the muse to bite you in the ass.
When it comes to writing, I actually some of the things that I think about actually come spontaneously during the day. One, I could think about the ideas in the shower, and then I'd be like, "Shit, I have to write it down," and then I just put it down on paper later on. Or if it comes to writing certain plot points that I know it's gonna write, I will put it down right away straight from my phone or even at work. I mean, there are times where I open up Google Doc on work and I just tap away on there. But Smooth, I will never make a gay story because I am not gay. Fuck you. That's your whole thing.
He's
You
asking
can
about the
keep to
color of
that.
tracksuit that you like.
Also, yeah.
I'm partial to the
My
yellow one.
my color of tracksuit is going to be the most basic bitch color you can ever have, and that will be the black one.
Yeah. Well, do you wear the
Uh,
white
see.
Adidas with it?
Well,
Of course.
Well,
What do
technically-
you think? What do you take me for?
the second most common one you'd probably get is the red tracksuit that's got the white lines on it.
Yep, yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. And
No,
I
that's
did
for
not
the
have
wealthy
that.
of Russia. That's an aristocratic color read.
Correct, correct. That is actually kind of correct. Yeah, usually the rich Russians usually wear those colors.
Those are the ones that
Um,
win their bets in their football games.
They win at horse racing all the time. Isn't that topical? Horse
Um,
racing?
Horse racing.
I'm very tired of seeing that in our YouTube recommendeds.
God, I'm tired of seeing those fucking games. That new horse girl game. It's honestly annoying.
Something
Right on.
something something astroturfed advertising and all that. Yeah.
Bleh. All right, back to the questions. Arlock, what is your favorite color? What is your What is your favorite kind of spoiler for a car or vehicle? Ugh, I honestly wouldn't know. When it comes to cosmetic parts of cars, I wouldn't really be sure. Um, but if you were to ask me what my favorite car at the current moment is, it would be the Hyundai Elantra N. That's a car I'd like to drive around. It's one of the only other new cars you can get in a manual.
Oh, you can
But
find them in a manual.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously you look like a Lotta guy.
Listen, there's a guy who drives a red Lotta here around my town. I live in New York City, by the way, for those who don't know.
Yeah, where
So there's
imports
a
show
guy.
up.
So there's a guy that drives a red Lotta around here, which surprised the fuck out of me because you don't get to see many imported cars around here. 'Cause of the
Especially not
whole,
Soviet bloc cars.
especially not Soviet bloc
You know
cars.
what? I would love to drive a Yugo around just to see how it goes, and just confirm that indeed beats walking.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind driving around a Soviet car around here, but for what my family told me, they all told me that Soviet cars were not exactly, they weren't exactly comfortable to drive in. They were just there to get you to point A and point B and back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, with
But
no
so
economic encouragement, there you have no reason to make luxury cars except for for party leaders. And
that's
so
right.
anybody else who got a car just got brick.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
no.
You
So how
want,
many
you want
car
good.
fight?
You want a good blonde car, you have to look at like a gas. Because at
So
least they
here's
put effort in with a gas.
Yeah, if you drive around a gas, you were considered. You were
Dog,
considered
I
pretty
watched
damn wealthy.
somebody combine a bunch of chainsaw engines into a V16 for a Lotta. That's a YouTube
I
video that's
wouldn't be.
out.
I would not be surprised to
It
see that
makes a
thing.
combined 16 horsepower.
Amazing.
So here's
Oh,
the
All right,
good
so
question.
Yugo may not have been a. It was
got
from
one.
Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia
yeah.
was a block country. It counts.
Back when they used to exist.
Well, no, Yugoslavia wasn't a Soviet bloc country. It was actually
It-
independent from.
It
the
is a
Soviet
Slavic
Yeah.
country, though.
primarily.
It kind of fell
It's
with the whims of
Slavic.
the Soviet Union,
Hey.
didn't it?
It's definitely Slavic because they did have a lot of roots that came out from
Well, yeah,
the
it's
way that
southern.
people act in the Slavic essence, I guess you could say.
They're more related to Bulgarian Slavic situation than East Slavic origin, because Serbs, Croats, and all that they're kind of a different. They're Slavic, but they're South Slavs is the proper term I think is for it.
Right. So back to the questions.
Yeah.
Smooth, my favorite color and year of production for Adidas tracksuit. I would not know. I am not that much of a nerd.
Yeah. What color do you want your Lotta to be?
I would make it black and red.
Turquoise.
Black and red would be fucking sick.
Remember, seafoam green is used by the Navy
It
to
make-
up morale.
Morale, yes, I know that meme. Oh
So
God.
I need to since you are LA Ruski, how true
Yes,
is
yes.
it with the the random car fights where a guy pulls out a gun? You know which one I'm talking about, right? Where it's like webcam footage, and then suddenly a guy stops in front, gets all angry, points a gun at the guy with the dash cam.
As much as I would love to tell you, I wouldn't know because I don't live in Russia. I was born and raised. In New York City. I'm a first generation American, so
Oh God, you never got to see that crazy shit.
I never got to see the crazy shit, but I know exactly all the videos you're talking about. And trust me, as much as I would love to own a gun properly, the only thing I have is a Mosin, which I'm legally allowed to only have in New York City because there's shitty laws. But once I move out,
Yeah.
I'll get myself proper arsenal.
Oh,
Yeah.
I only have 2 guns. I have one for shooting other geese, and I have one for shooting people.
Go anywhere in the Midwest. Most of those states, You can own just about anything
there was
in it.
all right. People keep telling me go to the Midwest, but I'm gonna be straight up honest. There's nothing for me to do there. Like legitimately, I'm
You can
so
do what
used to
I
living
do
the
and just
city
kind of
life.
wander around while drinking.
Yeah, but
there's-
you see, that's boring.
Oh, I assure you, it gets
Well,
exciting.
so coastal cities are just garbage in general. The
Yes.
fun cities are generally the ones that are more inland.
Right, I get that, but the majority of the Midwestern cities have very little to do in general. And being me that live in a coastal city for the majority of my life, I'm so used to that being me moving down to the Midwest would be a huge culture shock, and I feel like it would be
Have
Just
you
what
ever
it
been
depends-
very.
to Georgia?
Go move
That's
live around the
the
Gulf
thing is,
then.
the thing is, I do plan to move to Georgia for my career because what's
That's
it called?
funny.
Because the thing is, not just me, by the way. A bunch of my friends are planning to move there because of career choices.
Yes.
The reason why for me specifically is because FedEx Feeder is a small thing where they basically have contractors who take on small routes, and they're based in Georgia as well as North Carolina.
Yeah.
Plus, American Airlines has a hub there, and for me, that would be great for my future career. So for me, it's be perfect to move there.
I used
That
to live there. I moved to Ohio to live with boyfriend.
So,
yeah,
I want to go
yes.
back.
so inevitably, here's a question: have you actually played a Metal Gear game?
I have, yes. I've played most Metal Gears. I did not play Metal Gear Portable Ops. I didn't feel like that was a good Metal Gear game. I did like my favorite Metal Gear game out of all Metal Gears is Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
Oh,
Yeah, Peace Walker isn't bad. I would definitely say that for being made what it was during the development cycle of 4, because if I remember correctly, it was 4 and Peace Walker that are put kind of similar in the same time frame for development.
Yes.
God, Kojima worked with what he got, especially
He
for the
did.
PSP at the time.
Exactly. The reason I liked the Peace Walker so much is because you get to build your own Metal Gear, which is one, and two, the setting of the game in general was very, very nicely done. And it was in general probably the only game that had very good stylized cutscenes that no other game came close to having. So to me, it's considered my most favorite. A lot of people would say that like Metal Gear Solid 2 or Metal Gear Solid 4 would be their favorites, but to me, I didn't like them mostly for the fact that the story is so goddamn convoluted to the point where it's not really worth following for some.
So,
I'm gonna say I'm basic and go with 5.
I didn't
so,
like 5 because it was incompleted and fuck Konami.
so
True,
I
but
put it like I always look at it like this: who do I like more as a protagonist, David, Jack, or John? I prefer David. That's my
Of course,
preferred protagonist.
absolutely like David. Are you kidding me? But the thing is, I liked John mostly for the fact that he was a regular soldier who got dealt a bad hand and tried to make the best of it out of whatever he had learned. Except people kept roping him into bullshit that he didn't want to be a part of, especially in Peace Walker.
Yep, Peace Walker. Yeah, Peace Walker is like that. So at least we have a Metal Gear fan here. That means you played Acid, didn't you?
I did not play Acid. I didn't like Acid at all. I tried getting into it. It was just not for me.
The card game is a weird mechanic.
I did not like it. It felt more of a it felt more. I don't know. It felt like turn-based type of shooting, and I just did not like it.
Did you
I'm not.
ever fuck with Touch?
I don't think so. I don't remember. I don't
Yeah.
believe so. No.
It was a weird portable version for like the iOS for I think a in between point of like 1 and 2. It's weird.
No, I don't think I ever played it. No, Metal Gear Solid Touch. I just looked it up. Yeah, no, I never played that. I didn't
Yeah.
even know this existed. Actually.
Yeah, it existed. I think there are people that have like emulation versions of it, but the reason I even know about it is because of Ground Zeroes for one of the special missions and all that.
Yeah.
Ground Zeroes
Are
could
you
have been.
gonna-
It was definitely interesting, but it should have been expanded on. I felt like.
Are you gonna go for
Yeah.
Delta when it comes out? Right when it comes out?
buddy, of course I'm gonna go for Delta. Are you kidding
Hell
me?
yeah.
But the thing is, I have principles. I don't want to give Konami my money. I want
I
to.
don't-
I love David Hayter, amazing guy, but I also like Kojima. So who would I want to give my money more to, Kojima or Konami?
I mean, it's up to the question.
Who
if
the
you
hell is
play
making
through-
the Sonic disruption sound?
Oh, that's me. I'm playing a Metal Gear 5 in the background. Sorry.
Wow.
I just keep hearing it. It's like, where is the $6 million man? We can rebuild him. We have the technology.
I thought for the joke, since this is a guy who did the funny Metal Gear reference in his fic to play Metal Gear.
I've made multiple. The thing is, the amount of fucking Metal Gear references that I've made here is just astounding. And the biggest Metal Gear reference itself is literally Anon.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when I first started writing the story, I never meant it to actually be a Metal Gear reference. Mostly for the fact that I wanted it to be a bit kind of serious, and I did keep it serious. But for the moments that I did actually write in a bunch of Metal Gear references, there are some people who just could not stand who just could not stand the jokes because they felt like it was so out of place.
So here's
What's that
the best
basic game with
question
its
ever.
references?
So is Kojima in your fic as a reference yet? Is it just like Mr. Kojima, like in every Metal Gear game?
No, I should have done it though. It was definitely a missed opportunity. It was definitely a
was
missed
just
opportunity.
fucking
I can
Peace
stop you for
Walker.
once to do that.
Fucking Peace
Ah,
Walker
Mr.
be like,
Kojima.
Mr. Kojima.
No, there was one more that I was supposed to place in the fic, but I decided to refrain because I felt like it was already too much. Who you understand the lolly lule lo joke, right?
Yeah, who are the
Oh.
Patriots?
I wanted to place it into the chat. I wanted to place it into a chapter where much later into the story where Anon was up in the hospital looking at himself at the mirror and just slightly just say lolly lule lo to himself, and then when he woke up the next day he wouldn't have remembered anything.
Anon, you gotta remember, it's for revenge against Scyther. As soon as he
But
destroys his
you know,
cardboard box.
you know what? I actually might for the new fic, I might do one small Metal Gear reference, maybe a teacher of sorts, probably, or
The
some other
boss.
type of reference later on. Yeah, it'll probably be a reference somewhere later on, maybe like for bantering or something like that. Um, but,
We need more
but,
recognition for the first boss.
yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, when it came to writing what was it, the references, one of the biggest haters of the references would be Darwinist, who made the list for all the fics. I don't know if you guys know about it. But,
We've seen the list. I didn't know who made it.
Yeah, Darwinist.
I know who you're talking about. It's that one guy that basically on like F4chan and F post.
Can we give it up for Purple Prose, the Woman Fearer?
Yep. Yep.
And Proper Yet Bland K.
Let's go get the list.
Go grab the list.
So
I think
the
guy
thing
ended up.
about the list is as great as it is, he's very vague about what he was writing. He didn't exactly explain thoroughly as to what he liked and didn't like, because when it comes to one call, all he made is that throughout the entire review, the majority of the things that he complained about is just the references, and other than that, he just said it was a good story, and that's about it. Which I'm thankful that he liked the story. He gave it a 7.5, but I would have liked some in-depth review, or at least something about the story other than just the jokes that I made.
There it is.
There we are, Sierra.
There it is.
Let's see,
We have this
where is
pinned up
he?
in a channel somewhere.
Holy sacrament.
Where is he?
It's
Would she
Uh,
create?
Wait, this is the hold on.
it just says
Sierra.
crawling in my skin.
Oh, this is the 4chan. Okay, so this is the
Maximum
4chan.
misery. The Tommy Wiseau of Snoot writing.
Okay, this whole list of writers who are basically just summed up into a few words. I believe it's by Clockmaker himself, I'm not sure. But I was multiple times in multiple chapters that I read in the comments as people made fun of me that say that I was the Tommy Wiseau of Snootfix because it's miserable, makes no sense, and that it was over convoluted and all over the place or something of the sort.
Do you want to give us your Tommy Wiseau impression?
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Maybe Johnny is vampire.
Zombie, vampire. You know, it's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
It is me, Tommy Wiseau, playing for the part of the Joker.
I am tired of this world, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Oh, hi, Ma.
I did not hit her.
So yeah, no, he always reads scripts like he doesn't understand what's been written down, even when he wrote the script. The Room was incredibly expensive to produce because they had like what I think they used an IMAX and regular camera early on.
Do your fics just have random pictures of spoons everywhere?
They fucking hell. If that was to be the case, I would have just made this whole thing as a shit post.
Can we get a Room shitpost?
Oh God.
Yes, this would require you watching The Room.
We need you know what? Just for shits and giggles, one of the writers, whoever is in the chat, please write a Snoot version of The Room, please. That would be great. Thanks.
I would read the hell out of that.
Oh my god, that's what you guys need to do after Misery Loves Company, is you need to come together and write The Room, but Snoot.
Oh, that's
I
right.
will voice act the entire thing.
Oh yes, yeah, that's right. I was in part 2 of Misery of the Misery fic. That was fun to write. That was very
Immediately Swan. Nope.
God. That was a very interesting shitfest that I very much enjoyed, and I cannot wait for part 3 to come out circa Q4.
Real.
Just Metal Gear noises in the background.
Oh, Harry, how's your sex life?
Yes.
Hi, Fang. How's your sex life?
Cold and miserable. PogChamp. Listen, if we can get the phrase PogChamp into a Snoot fig, that'd be great.
Pretty sure somebody tried doing that once before. I can't remember though.
What, PogChamp?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a meme. Yeah, JW, it's 2003's The Room. Written,
Yes,
directed,
yes.
and starred in by Tommy Wiseau.
Fucking love.
Also,
Wiseau.
Tommy did like most of the work on that film. I'm gonna be honest. Like he did everything.
Which honestly, I mean, kudos to that man. He did what he could.
He made the movie he wanted to make.
Yeah, but too bad he wasn't really great at it.
Too bad Tommy Wiseau sucks at acting. How did he get that far?
You're asking me? I wish I could tell you, bro. I could barely even act myself. The closest that I've ever gotten is to fucking. I used to do opera classes as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to. Yeah, I.
You used to
still
sing
have an
opera?
voice. Oh yeah. I come from a lineage of opera singers.
Anyway,
back in
we're
the
gonna move
Soviet
past the
Union.
opera. Well, you expect me to say start singing?
Hell no, please no. No. I do not want to sing. I already fucked up my voice singing in the car.
As is the natural
way
order of
home.
things.
Well, of course, yeah.
Reed, do I just need to put your Metal Gear Solid 5 on the TV in this room?
Yes.
I'm screen sharing it for the joke.
Yeah, hold on. Give me a second.
We have the technology.
Unless if you want me to swap to my PS3 and just start playing MGS3 or 4.
Hold on, let me pop this out real quick.
It's what flavor of Metal Gear we want to present to the audience.
Oh, you keep on with what you're doing.
I mean, you could play Metal Gear Solid 5, but I mean, honestly, just for the shits and giggles, Metal Gear Solid 2, because you know it's been so memed upon.
I would have to
Memes
turn
are the
around and
lifeblood
swap out
of
my
the world.
PlayStations.
True.
All right, hold on. It's gonna be. Let me find where my source for it is. Window capture. There it is.
I guess
My
while our hubbly tech assistant Oats here gets the stream up.
I
Yes, I
am
have a
not
question
tech
for you.
illiterate.
How'd you get in the Snoop community?
Oh, me specifically. Oh man. You can thank iFunny.
Dude,
Oh
same.
my fucking god.
There's another one.
Okay,
There's
so
another.
so here's how I can tell you. I remember it specifically.
Did
I
you
was
join
just
in to hate it
scrolling-
more accurately like I did?
So here's how it came to be. It's actually hilarious. I was just scrolling through featured and one of the Snoop posts was just featured. And this happened already maybe like 5 different times, and every single time, everyone in the comments was so praising the game. And I'm like, you know what? At some point, I get fucking tired of this shit. I'm like, you know what? Let me try this fucking VN, because this is, by the way, very first visual novel I've ever played.
My first was
I've-
Katawa.
I've heard about Katawa Shoujo. I should play that one as well.
Jesus
I'm pretty
Christ!
sure
Did your
it's
mom
coming
give
out on
birth on the
Steam.
minefield?
But I should honestly, I'm pretty sure Katawa Shoujo is coming out on Steam soon. But
It is out on Steam.
Oh shit, sweet. But basically, I found it on iFunny, and the funny part is that I went onto the site, I downloaded it, and then I just kept it on my PC for like maybe a week before I actually decided to play it, and just I played it for a good maybe 6 hours before I was like, you know what, I'll continue later on. But the story's really fucking good for what it is.
I was still in high school when I first played it, so that was 4 years ago.
No, it was during. Yeah, it was about 4 or so years ago for me as well. But read it, played it. I played all the endings, and I'm like, you know, I went from sorrow to this is great to this is fucking amazing, because I got ending 1 first, like the retard that I am. Since then, after that, I decided to see what else the community had in store other than that, and then I found out, technically through 4chan a little bit, through trash, that there is an entire, website full of fanfics that people have written. And back when I first started seeing how many fanfics there were for the community, there were maybe I don't know, 100, 200 maximum. And in one of the comments, I saw that there was also a Snoop Club community through Discord. And that was around maybe 2023 at that point, where I finally got into the server, and the rest is basically history.
So when you found out you were into this stuff, were you just like, man, I'm fucked?
Then we're cooked.
I wouldn't say that, but it was much later on when I realized how weird the community could get, which is where I decided to be like, you know, yeah, I'm fucked. Because if some of you might remember, there are some really awful people who shouldn't have written anything in the first place. About a certain, you know, like a certain character by the pool that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or a
You know what?
certain author whose name starts with a certain letter in the alphabet.
Yes,
Yeah, somebody who tried to get on here, and I just said no thanks.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, we
look,
do not talk about him.
The guy who wrote Snoop Game, but it's retarded, did make a better version of it at least. I've read Snoop
God.
Game, but it's retarded. It was.
Yeah, look, I got I've been here long enough to know that there are going to be some bad eggs. Goyd, for once, we ignored him.
yeah.
But when it comes to like how I got into writing, that was due to somebody who's no longer in the community at all. Drekka, he was the one who wrote Valedictorian. It was one of the Anon slash Trish fics that he wrote that I didn't think was going to become one. But because it's the way that he wrote that I decided to write a continuation from his fic because he basically disappeared off the face of the earth. And from then on, I decided to just start, writing a few one-shots of my own to see how it would pan out. And then one day I'm like, you know what? Nobody has written a fic where Anon is in a coma in a hospital. And that's where the idea for One Call came out. So the very first few chapters were originally joke chapters, and then I actually decided to pan out the story. And then somewhere in the middle, I actually changed that story, like I said before, and now we're here. I will be completely honest with you. I never expected to become this big of a writer here in general. I maybe expected a few fans, maybe a few likes here and there, a few hits, a few kudos. But when it comes to what I've written now, seeing how far I've gotten with One Call, I'm already at 47,000 hits, and I've got a lot of people who very, very much enjoy the story. And I'm very surprised and very happy at the amount of fan art that I got, and just the support that I've gotten to keep writing. But one thing that I never would have ever in my life thought about is the fact that people have asked me if I would ever print a direct version copy of it. Which, thinking about it now, might at some point become a reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to have my full shelf of Snoot literature to expand.
You already have a thing of Bonds.
I have a
that is
copy of
literally
Bonds. I have Kind of Blue. I have I Want to
God.
Kiss That Snoot. So that's 3.
You could literally beat somebody to death with a book of Bonds. Just saying.
Look at I Want to Kiss That Snoot. You've seen that.
You could.
Yeah, like you have the early production print that's fucking massive.
You know what? I'm glad that I was one of the first that got it.
Somebody with that fucker.
Just remember, you could try to buy a bunch of those and cycle it into a local bookstore by selling it to them. That'd be the funniest thing ever.
As that it would be funny, but again, everyone here knows that the biggest fear would be copyright. So that's the biggest issue that I don't really want to go through. So if I were to ever make a physical print copy of the book, it would have to be direct to people and not to be sold on any storefronts. Just for that reason.
Well, I think
only.
there's Lily. It's
Here's
just
Like
made
a
to order.
giveaway
Yeah.
to a prize pool. Could
No.
do that.
So
So
Yeah,
Bonds
here
is
we
sold
go.
only direct to. Well, it's
Really
gifted to
depends.
people in exchange for a donation.
I've got an idea.
Yeah,
What
do
if you
that.
put both Konami copyrighted characters and GVH copyrighted characters, and then you see if they fight each other like it's
Call it
Godzilla
parody.
versus King Kong?
And call it parody.
I'll big think about it. Again, it's going to be it's in the back of my mind, but for now I'm gonna keep on writing a lifetime away, only a lifetime away, because I'm full set on writing that now. Plus, I still have to upload at least 1 or 2 more epilogues for One Call, which I already have an idea for. But other than that, it's in the back of my mind. I will maybe big maybe make about maybe 50 or maybe up to 100 copies of One Call when it comes to physical prints, and just see how well it does. But That's as far as I'm willing to say anything about that.
Well, then, so actually, here's a question. I try to ask this if I show up. Do you plan on wanting to write anything that's just entirely independent from like Snoop, Metal Gear, or anything? Like just to do a holistically unique writing to you?
Yes, mostly for the fact that I am someone who's very big into writing in general. I have been writing very long things. Mostly for school stuff, but when it comes to writing, I can write paragraphs upon fucking chapters and words upon words for as much as I could. I love writing. I legitimately do love writing. Ever since I was in middle school, my all my teachers, all my friends have told me like you write a lot, and I decide to stick with that. So at some point, if I decide to ever make an original actual story, then yeah, of course I'm absolutely going to put it up on a storefront and try to sell it because I wouldn't mind writing a story that would actually resonate with people and you know make sense for some because it's nice just writing in general and just putting words on the paper about what you think and what you sometimes fantasize about or what would be cool to fantasize about. Um, but yeah, it's great to really write. So yeah, at some point.
Could you for our good old waterfowl friend keep a copy out that if you ever make sign it and send it to him?
Oh yeah, that would be most excellent.
Yeah.
So far, every book I've gotten has been signed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely going to be signing. I should sign. Probably should sign every copy. But in general, for the people that have really been there for the art for some of the artists and for those who have genuinely helped me hard enough to really get the story where it is today, they will definitely get their copies first, mostly for the fact that I owe them, in my opinion. Despite how many times they told me they don't want me to pay them or they don't want me to give them anything for their help, I genuinely would like them to have the first copies just so just as a way of saying thank you.
It seems fair.
It definitely seems fair. That's why I would rather that's my way of saying thank you. It's my way of paying them back. So I'm not going to charge them. I'm going to sign them off, and I might even leave a little note at some point somewhere.
Leave a personal note.
Yeah, exactly. Arlock, you get back here because you're getting that first copy because you've done amazingly well for me. I owe you a lot for the art that you've done for me. So I owe you. And Swan, when it comes to you, if I ever decide to make a physical copy of Lifetime Away, which I don't think that will happen. I don't think it'll grow that big. Um, and then you'll also get your own personalized copy as well. Not every single copy of One Code will be personalized, but it will be personalized for those who have really put in the work to help me release every chapter that I could. My proofreaders, the artists, everyone who has given me ideas, everyone who has left a mark on the story, in my opinion, decides to will get their own personal copy.
Yes.
But yeah, that's when it comes to me making One Call. I am very proud and very happy at the way that it has concluded. And yes, there may have been small changes that I probably should have done, but overall, it gotten to the end, and it's gotten to what almost my original ending was supposed to be after the switch. But yeah, that's all I really can say about One Call. I mean, I've been writing it for about a year and a half, and I'm happy the way that it ended up. So I'm thankful for everyone who's been along the journey. I'm thankful to all the artists. I'm thankful to all my proofreaders. And I'm thankful to those who decided to stick around and did not drop the story just because their misery.
Misery. It loves
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
Oh, can't wait for part 3.
You know, I've not
what?
read
At
part
least you're
2.
not- At least you're not living in misery.
I live too close to misery.
Shh.
New
Those
York
bastards
itself
are
is
up to
already
something.
Misery. New York is already misery. I don't need it anymore.
No, that's in New York.
That's New. That's not
Silly
misery.
Billy.
yeah,
You-
but New York itself is miserable.
New Jersey.
That may be, but it's
Man,
still not misery.
You know what? At least it ain't Jersey.
Sorry, Mango.
Listen. The thing is, I've been to Jersey. I have friends who live in Jersey, and they say they like living there. Most for the
those
fact,
They
Those
want
have
to trap
be
you in there.
skinwalkers.
and let me tell you why. I live in the city itself. It is shit here.
Oh, Manhattan Island sucks.
How big are the rats?
They're huge.
Have you ever seen them like
Yeah.
carry off a hot dog from like
I
a
have seen
cart?
them
Like they
carry
jump on a
off-
cart.
I've
See the hot
seen
dog?
one carry off. No, I have seen one carry off a huge pizza slice.
Yes.
So there's one guy that lives in upstate New York that's on the server, and he hates. I think he likes it. He just hates the city.
Oh yeah,
that's
Sensei.
Well, guess what, pal? Guess where I live? The exact fucking city. I
Center.
live in the city. It is a fucking shit show. I hate it here. I want to leave. I want to be gone from this fucking place. I don't want to look back. I want this fucking place to burn to the goddamn ground.
That's very
Yeah,
attainable.
Man, I can't. So I'm a feeling that one day you're a walk around the city and suddenly you're in a part of the city that speaks nothing but Yiddish, and you're like, "What am I supposed to do here? I don't understand any of this. This is confusing."
There are parts of that place, and I've been to those places before. Again, not for me. This entire city is just an entire shit show. You can't drive around here because the speed limit is 25 fucking miles an hour. There's potholes everywhere. You can't find parking. And then they decided to introduce a stupid congestion tax where if you want to drive into the city, you got to pay a peak price of $9 a day.
No.
To drive into the city?
That's kind
Into
of
the
reminds me
city.
of London.
So if you want to drive into Manhattan itself, you now have to pay a $9 fee with your Easy Pass or whatever your
Yes.
equivalent.
That will fix congestion in the city, and won't just piss everybody off.
Technically, it kind of has, but it also has pissed a lot of people off because that just adds on another price to people who live in the city who decide to get, I don't know, plumbing done because they get charged by cameras or some shit like that. That's another $9 charge on their bill, and for what? Anyways, I don't want to shit about New York right now because I could go on into a whole fucking tirade for hours on end.
I think that would be
and
fun.
I was gonna
Yes.
tell
But what
you.
about the Mex? It's all
Man,
about the
I hate New York.
Mexicans.
I too hate New York. I was there once and never again.
Trust me, I would love to say that, but the reason why also New York is shit is because everyone here is ignorant. They hate each other. They're not nice. They will not give you a smile. They will look at you like you killed their fucking, I don't know, like their pet bunny. Nobody fucking likes each other here. They will give you this look of death. And yeah, everywhere else that you go to, every time that I live in New York City, everyone is completely different. Everyone is nice. And nobody's a dick to you. They smile. They say hello to you. It's nice. But in New York City, you don't get that. So yeah, I want to get the fuck out of here because this place is depressing. And yeah, I don't like the city.
What, don't you know it's a city of opportunity?
Maybe 20 fucking years ago it would have been, but now
I
there's
think you
just
mean 40.
taxes upon- Not even 40, because in the 1980s it was not great because there's huge issues. Anyways, but yeah.
Maybe I mean
Yeah,
70.
The New York rant.
New York City, in my opinion, I feel like New York City peaked in the 60s, and then after that it just went downhill.
No, you see, it peaked back in the 1860s. It's been downhill ever.
No, 1960s. It peaked in the 1960s. I extensively read about the history of this fucking place, and it peaked in the 60s before a lot of issues came about. But I will not speak of them because it becomes way too political, and I'm a very political person, and I would rather not be on that stream. I don't want this stream to become political.
So, you know what? Forget about that. Have you ever been into the abandoned part of New York, the under York, as to put? Where all the crackheads lived.
I never try to venture out too far from where I
I see
because-
Swanfather in there. Talking about making everybody rant about their place of residence, and I raise you. We use this to
know-
make a tier list.
So my city is goddamn garbage. Yet again, I live in Ohio, and Ohio is generally just shit. At least for people that live here.
So basically, how that would work is you just end up describing to me your city, and I have to rank it based off of your description. Why does your
Old
city
Town,
suck?
because
Everybody
it's
move south.
all right. You know what? I'm gonna make this crystal clear why I hate this city. It is a fucking shithole that is that it's a money laundering shithole that is filled with a bunch of Democrats, and I don't like it. There.
And the Democrats are to blame, right?
The majority of the time, yes, because the last person who actually made the city great was fucking what's his name? What was this guy in the 1980s? Fucking
I don't know.
fuck.
Isn't that when So what you're saying is when Ghostbusters, the first one, came out, was the last time it was good to be in New York.
From what I understand, that like in the 1980s, New York was pretty well done because once once a certain mayor came in, he fixed up like a bunch of the issues. Because if you know, the majority of the infrastructure in New York was pretty much just like gang tagged all everywhere. That's what New York was basically known for the majority of the time. And after a while, it actually got fixed. But again, I don't want to talk about New York here because this is not about New York. This is about writing, and then I don't want to go on an entire
Well,
tirade.
It's
You know
about
what?
you.
So when Anon thinks about the word New York, does he call it New York? In his head, does he say New York?
Maybe,
York.
maybe I should make.
Does he
maybe
call
I
it New
should,
Amsterdam?
I mean, it could be called that if that's the case. I could probably write that instead. He calls it New Amsterdam. Where'd you come from, Rock Bottom? Where's that? New Amsterdam. Oh, you poor soul.
I always thought he was from the
God.
Midwest, but turns out apparently Rock Bottom is just also in California.
Yeah, well, I mean,
And he's like,
it
they
is
moved me
Rock
across
Bottom
the
'cause I
country.
also-
No,
yeah,
they
well,
didn't.
It also is rock bottom because California and New York are pretty much the same. They're both shitholes.
Yeah.
Like the
Wow.
difference is California has more middle butt fuck nowhere in it versus the East Coast.
East Coast, best coast, you can't fucking fight. I will fight you to the death for that.
No coast is the greatest
I
coast.
prefer. That sounds like.
Yeah, I'm double landlocked. What of it?
Man, I've been to the East Coast. It's nothing better than having a nice lobster dinner.
Imagine not being around any body of water that you can go and enjoy.
Great
Oh, there's
baby.
lakes out here.
Lakes are lakes. I
Well-
like beaches.
I mean, we got
Great-
Milford.
We got the Great Lakes that got beaches. They got.
Yeah,
beaches
you guys got
everywhere.
lakes that are just full of fucking bugs and shit.
Oh, there's
Giant
fish in our lakes.
Massive lakes.
Huge bugs and fucking shit that can stick to
Giant,
you.
lakes that you could motorboat all over, and not in that
Swan.
way.
What?
We have a man-made.
Hey yo, hey yo.
We have a man-made lake, but it's haunted.
Moon's haunted.
Wow. So,
Hell
you see-
yeah.
What do you think you do
Uh,
on a lake? You get on a motorboat.
Lake Lanier.
How about them Great Lakes? God bless.
How's about that reservoir we swim in and just like infect?
Yes, chemicals. Yes, yummy,
Yummy.
yummy.
We don't have. We have non-chemical
I-
reservoirs. Actually, most of our
Don't
water
have
comes from the
reservoirs.
Ogallala Aquifer.
Low.
No great reservoirs. How can I live out my fantasy of living in the zone? I need to be. I need to live out my life of being a stalker in the zone. What do you mean?
What do you
I
mean
need
there's
to
no
get that
reservoirs?
radiation-
How am I supposed to get my dogs?
Where are they? Where's Reznov?
You know what? Turns around, looks at you. I can't believe you're gonna write a Snoop game, but written by Quentin Tarantino. Can't believe it.
So, how many paragraphs are going to be given to just the feet of the various Snoop girls?
Good lord, no. We've already got too much
Yes.
retarded fan art, not just fan art, but like even
I
commission
know.
art of people's fucking like, oh yeah, like fucking like Fang with feet. Ugh.
They put
God.
too.
Look,
There's too many wrinkles.
It's not just that. But there are people. There are people who also like to do very very obvious self inserts with art with the cast, which is in my opinion a tad bit weird. And I'm and I mean art specifically, not with fix because you can make that work pretty well. But with art, it feels a little bit too especially with the more NSFW art.
what is it though? Recent one, Slappy or whatever it's
Yeah.
called. It's just like a weird fucking one people use.
Yep.
He just looks like the average, like, what is it?
Greasy kid.
Black-haired anime protect. Yeah, greasy kid. Yeah, I get that shit.
Yeah, but when it comes to the community in general, it's honestly probably the most normal community I've actually been a part of.
I mean,
genuinely surprising in my opinion because the majority of
think
communities.
Well, you
I
just
think
got
it's
such
like I
a
put it,
high concentration of the blue collar in the Snoot community for some reason.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
they're also
I've never
surprising,
seen
yeah.
this. I've never seen
I
this
think it's
in
because-
community.
So I think it might be because we don't attract the IT crowd.
I wouldn't
I don't think the
really.
community does that.
I don't know about that.
There are I wouldn't know about that because there are certain people in the community that I've talked to who are in the programming side
yeah.
community. So
You can get some of them, but I don't know. I don't think it's Sonic fan base big.
no, definitely. We are definitely much more niche than the majority of communities out there. But more of
Alright.
the fact that more of the fact is that the majority of the communities that I've seen have a lot of issues. A lot of issues within themselves, and it gets to the point where you just don't want to be associated with it because it's like. Ugh.
I mean, it's also the inherent Channer culture within. So it's like, it's like, oh, this guy comes in. If he's an asshole, just tell him to go fuck himself, and then he leaves.
Yeah, the thing is with the Channer culture is that I wouldn't mind it if it weren't for the fact that the majority of Channers for some reason now actually have a small disdain for Snoot Game now, because the majority of the time when I look into trash, it's just mostly people complaining. It's not
I think
people really enjoying or anything like that. Like, yeah, you have the occasional request for art. You've got people requesting fix. You've got all that. But the majority, like 90% of what people are saying are just, this sucks, that sucks.
I think it's because of VG. VG dudes that I know of are just people that are like, oh, why are we on about this decade later, and so they're just
Yeah,
complaining
no,
about
like
it.
Snoot Game,
It's
they
like
complain
in
about it.
TG.
It grew too
It's like
big.
when you're on if you're on TG and you're not talking about like 40K 24/7, nobody likes talking to you for long.
Yeah, I get that, but that's why there's dedicated trash Snoot threads for a reason
Yeah.
every single day. But even in those threads, you've got people complaining
people that are
about
complaining.
this, and that, and it's 90% of them just complain. They don't talk about Snoot, they don't talk about ideas or anything like that. And that's what I came here originally for, because when I first came into the community, through 4chan and iFunny, people talked about ideas. They talked about all that, and now it just devolved into just shitting on each other.
Well, things are changing now, and I don't like this. Well, that's what it sounds like to me.
That's basically what it's gotten to. Yeah, that's basically what it's gotten to.
You don't want it to get stale.
You see,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
If I see stuff I don't like, I don't care.
Here's like for instance, right? Clockmaker. I understand where he's coming from with his his points of view, with that that the majority of the stories have gotten stale in terms of plot points, characters, and whatnot. And I get that he wants people to like to come up with something original, but there's also a thin line about what he what's acceptable and what isn't. And certain stories just shouldn't exist, and certain stories could easily have a progressing, plot point where it doesn't have to devolve into some, slop.
Don't you know the masses, they want the slop. Keep stirring the ladle.
Well, and that's fine, but you know, the thing is, I feel like if you're gonna write slop, just write it as is, and if anybody decides to complain for it, you can not read it. You just don't have to read it. There's a lot of fics in the community that I have not read, straight up, because I could tell just from the summary, from the tags, it's not for me. It's not great. And a good example would be there's one somebody wrote I can't remember who it was. Somebody wrote, I think it was an E2 or an E3 fic where Anon secretly cheats on Fang with Nick, and
Why?
didn't put that in the tags, and everyone got severely pissed off, especially me because I didn't know what I was reading into.
I've noticed that people do not like NTR in general. Like,
Yes,
most people
because
don't.
it's
That's
It makes
good.
sense.
It's gross.
good. It's gross.
Makes me wonder, why is this still got a writing base if most people just generally don't like it?
Because writers are freaks.
Oh, that is true. Writers are freaks, but
Yeah,
everyone,
and there.
right?
I mean, a good example of freaks is that I don't know if whoever here remembers Ludbud. He is now being commissioned to write Smartfix.
Remember,
for this-
Ludbud is in this server.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot because he was kicked out of Snoop Club. But yeah, I believe he's being commissioned to write Snoot Smut for on AO3. So yeah, there are people who are weirdly freaky. I'm not really surprised.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you disclose in your tags, I don't usually have a problem with it.
now look, man, I know what I'm getting into if I read Bad Bitch Stella. It's to fucking laugh at how ludicrous the situation is.
I did not like Bad Bitch Stella.
It
I
was
personally
awful.
did not like Bad Bitch Stella. I
It's
could not get
awful.
into it.
Bad bitch. Even the
But-
rewrite was poorly written.
I
Yeah.
think it's funny to me because it's like, who made that? Because I come from the era of Brent Daniel when he used to read Bad Smut. I find the stuff funny.
So, you see, when it comes to me personally, I like the OG relationships. I will stick to that as much as I could. But there are some outliers. There was one person who was writing a Anon and what was that blind chick's name? Bianca.
Yes.
Yeah.
Valences?
Bianca, I was genuinely interested in that, but then the author dropped it, which was kind of sad.
Because he went to work for the Bianca project, and then now he's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, in general, it was great. Like it was, it got to a point where I was genuinely interested, and then it just disappeared off the face of the earth. And then Voided is currently writing one for Judy, and on Judy fic, Hearts Held Up by Strings. Also, an amazing fic that I'm currently keeping up with. It's very well paced, very well written. The characters are very well done and written out. I like that.
Pond has gotten a lot of good practice with other fics too for that.
Especially with All in the Cards. That's another.
Yeah.
That's the only Stella fic that I am genuinely impressed in. It was written well done. I liked it all the way up to the end. It stuck with their personalities as much as possible, and to a point, it actually got all of the big what's it called? It got all of the big plot points through from the original and carried over here very well. The only things that I have to kind of criticize is just that in the beginning of All in the Cards, it was they became very acquainted with each other pretty quickly. That would be my only complaint.
And
But
that can be.
otherwise-
He wrote it off as like, oh, they knew each other in the chat rooms.
I'm trying to think the best way to put is that with relationships, it's either it takes almost forever or it takes like no time whatsoever for them to kick in. That's what I've noticed with fanfics, and it might just be one of those things that I find it as a problem with just romance stories in general. It is hard to find a good pace.
People
Just
just want.
is.
People want them to start kissing already.
the thing about stories in general, and when it comes to romance and a lot of other plot points, I feel like some people when they write, they miss out on the chance to build up character not just by story but by world building. Um, for a good example, for instance, if I don't know who was in the workshop, the writers workshop, like 2 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, that I was included in. Um, but I submitted my new fic into the writers workshop, where I was ridiculed for the fact that I took too long to get to the plot point I wanted to, because I wanted to world build the characters and make the characters feel more bonded to each other rather than just get to the problem already, so that I can move on with the story. I feel like if I did it as fast as possible, I wouldn't get people interested, and it would break apart the entire narrative. So, when it comes to certain fics that people write, I would rather the plot points come at a point where we've established the characters' personalities, how they came to be, and what led up to that point, rather than just start off right in the middle. Because a hook is great as long as it's written with background information given as well, because then it will give a harder impact later on.
You know, it's that what he's asking kind of reminds me of a certain fic writer that I don't know if he's come out with chapter 5 yet, and I think we haven't shilled him in a while for the funnies.
Who could it possibly be?
Man, doing a background writing and like putting these two characters so there's like a world building around it as well.
I wonder if anybody should read Who Will Inherit the Stars.
Yeah, that's only fic I've seen. It's like doing a future kids like grown thing where it's like, oh, I don't know that they're grown up, and now it's like, oh, all that blah blah blah. Now it's like younger, like I think it's like a Amber point of view thing. It actually is done well enough, and it's not distasteful with how it's written. But it's like one of the very few fics I've seen where it backgrounds it, at least, where it's like, okay, these people, at least two characters, they know each other and have got this world building around it, and it's not a bad apple, where it's like, yeah, you got it's going a lot from E1, or with Karmic Chimic Babies thing, where it's like it took forever for like fucking None in the Chamber to get anywhere. I'll just say simply, it does take a while.
None in the Chamber is a great E1 fic, and I've praised it multiple times before.
I mean, it's good for what we have. It's just everything has its lack in writing. Everything does.
Absolutely.
Like there's weakness in everything, and it's like, well, yeah. Doesn't mean I'm not going to read it. I mean, I read all the way up to the hiatus point, and I just haven't read past it.
Right. So, when it comes to like None in the Chamber, I've had my own qualms with it, because I feel like some parts much near the like 3/4 of the way in was very drawn out. But it's the pacing itself in certain parts of the fic was very well done, and I won't lie. While I'm writing One Call, it actually has influenced my pacing as well a little bit, because I felt like the very first few chapters, it was too dramatic when it comes to the way people interact, the way that people talk, the way that people genuinely, I guess,
got too soap opera.
Right. So, if you were to look back at the chapter where Anon and Fang decide to go to a concert, you can see that my writing changes dramatically from the chapter where they went on their first friendly date to the chapter where they went to the concert. The writing completely changed. And that reason I did that is because I just wanted to changed the not the tone, but rather the way that the pacing follows through, and I felt like it was a great change because afterwards I've gotten multiple comments on each chapter stating that that people have seen a huge shift and a great not just a shift but a great um improvement in the way that I wrote the fic. And some people are asking me to do some early rewrites of one call. They want me to keep the play same plot points, but to make it better to read in terms of what I have now. But the problem is that I would rather keep it the way it is because I would rather people see the way that I improved rather than change what is already established. Um,
Yeah, I
and
can
one of
see.
those
I
and
actually agree with that heavily. Is that as long as it's not something where it makes mind-numbingly no sense in the story why it exists at that point, or to do continuity fixes. Yours is more of a this is how these characters are behaving differently in this part, but it's not like it's completely destroying the story for it to still exist.
right, and a lot of people told me, like even Arlock, told me that he's been rereading One Call. I think he's done it like a second time, and he says that he told me like he has seen the shift in the writing, but it's best not to change it because it shows that I have improved, and it also it'd rather keep the same story beat so that people understand how the
I get it.
story became rather than you know, change it
I
just
get it.
because. Yeah.
It's like basically if you have an old art piece and then you compare it to your new art pieces now, it's a
I've got
reminder where you came from so far.
Also, I have a best example of where they tried doing that but doesn't work. Castlevania Symphony of the Night in the opening dialogue. Just because the grammar was not the best doesn't mean it was not iconic for why it was great. Because it was janky, sure, but it was fun. It was great to see that. When they tried changing it to sound better, it just got worse. That too.
Right.
It just ruined the nostalgia of it, which is not
Yeah.
bad. I mean, which is bad. I mean,
I find it bad when it does. If it's not as long like I run Y, especially on a writer, continuity of what primarily matters. Everything else is like if it's fun, it's fine. It might be janky, but if it works, it works.
Right. Pretty much, and that's exactly why. Yeah, that's exactly why I basically decided to keep things as is, and like uh, one of the people who I wanted this to read this fic would be Drostapina. He's a great writer in his own right. He's created a great book, 3 great arcs. Not my type of style, not my type of story because there's a lot of niche things, but considering he was in the Navy, I wanted this to kind of resonate with him a little bit, but it didn't come to his liking. And honestly, I guess, like I said, for some people who don't like the story, they can always drop it. They can always move on, and you know, it doesn't always have to be a story for somebody. But I would,
But
I would, as long as the as I like what I write, and as long as other people like what I write, that's all that matters to me. I could personally care less about the haters because at that point, the haters just make me want to write more, and maybe even to a point, kind of tick them off a little bit by maybe subtly including something that that doesn't resonate with them. Because there was a point in my new fic that I actually wanted to include something pertaining to a hater, and I was told by my proofreaders to eliminate it because then I would just be fueling the fire that shouldn't be gaslit.
I find this like this. There's obviously the average hater of I don't like this because it's following this storyline, and so I'm going to hate it to hate it. Versus like, okay, I got some actual critiques. I'm just a random fucko, and it's like I feel like with this, and that. There is a difference, and if you're able to pick up that marks you as being at least a good writer, I think in my book, because you're like you can separate the difference between the I don't like it from, hey, improve from this and that, and if you can take that That's the first step of being just a really fucking good writer.
I absolutely agree because, like, I always genuinely take constructive criticism. I will always take it into account. I will always accept it. I will never stray away from it. I won't shit on someone just because they decide to tell me, you know, this, I don't like this part. I feel like this should be changed, tweaked, something like that. And I'll be like, all right, I'll work on that if that's the case. If I personally feel later on that somebody tells me, like that they're right, I will change that, and I will make it I will make it known that I've changed it so that it fits better, it flows better, and everything in between. But if you were to come into my thread, if you were to come into my comments and just start shitting on it and be like, "This is awful. This is the Tommy Wiseau fanfics. This is this. This is that."
That's not
Why does the
criticism.
writer?
That's just shit talking.
That's just shit talking. And when
God.
I confront them on it, I just they're like, "But this is genuine criticism." I'm like, "There's nothing genuine here. It's just shit talking."
Listen, man,
You're just
shit talking is reserved for amongst people you know.
Right, exactly. And shit talking should be done amongst people you know because it's genuine love for the writer, and it's also because you want to see them succeed. But if you don't know that person, then just keep it quiet and, you know, make that comment to someone who actually deserves it. You know, like Goyd.
Yeah.
Like every time Dick and Harry will bitch about, like, at the end of the day about, oh, I don't like how, like, I don't know, R.R. Martin's fucking writing something or whatever, and it's like, yeah, everybody bitches about that. Doesn't mean you go to the guy's house personally and just be like, you're a bad guy.
Don't burn his house down because he's playing video games instead of writing the next book.
Yeah, it's like there's a way how to handle that shit. I don't think R.R. Martin's a good writer only because he doesn't fucking write, but that's just me.
Game of Thrones is kind of mid.
Also, don't be a K-pop fan that sends death threats to someone. That ain't right.
Don't. Oh man.
I will
K-pop
say
fans.
Dog,
Look, if there's-
those K-pop fans are crazy.
Oh
Look,
god.
Yeah, fucking some of that shit, man. Also, one thing goes. I barely show up to these interviews. Congratulations, I showed up for this one.
Yeah. An achievement in of itself.
I'm
Congratulations.
usually quiet or mute.
Woo!
And it's only because you're a Metal Gear fan. And I'm like, finally, another Metal Gear fan in here.
Another guy gets it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It would have been it would have been amazing to see Metal Gear Solid 5 actually completely finished the way that it was supposed to be envisioned, but you know,
So-
companies and corporations are decided to be little fucking gay pieces of shit.
So here's an actual good question I want to give you. Do you ever play tabletop, like do D&D, anything like that?
No, not really.
Okay, so a lot of that is kind of like its own place, a creative or collaborative like writing. I would actually be I'm always interested in writers if they ever want to get into, like, if they want to make a story, be like, what if I started a D&D campaign with some players, see how this goes, and do a novelization of it.
Yeah,
I don't know if
always
you've
do
ever.
that.
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
I would be honored. The problem is that I would never really have time to really do it. I'm genuinely a busy person as of recent. I've started going to flight school. I work
Congratulations.
I work 50 hours a week. And,
Airplanes are cool.
Yeah, and
God, you work 5/10s, Jesus Christ.
I work 9 to 7.
Yeah, I've
Aw.
done 5/10s before. Those aren't fun after the first couple of months.
I've been doing this for about 5 years now. I'm a manager of a shipping store, so
Oh,
Nice.
okay, that makes sense.
it's not bad for me because the majority of the time I really don't do anything because it's mostly customer comes in, I scan package, I drop it off. That's it.
It's
But,
and then sometimes yell at
Just kind of
lower.
job.
And I also yell at people. Like yesterday, I had to yell at a Karen, so that was fun.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah, but otherwise, I mean, on weekends, I'm always up in the air flying.
What is your
Yeah.
favorite experience with the Karen that you're able to tell this story for? Actually,
Oh,
I does div want to hear this.
Okay, about a year or so ago, I had this lady, old lady come in to ship out something overnight, and she wouldn't really be listening to me, and she kept trying to demand me of stuff, and I kept trying to help her in any way possible. And when I told her the price, she said that she would come back. Right? She comes back like 10 minutes later to try to ship it out, and then she starts calling me names, calling me a little boy, calling me a bunch of and I told her
She called
I,
you little boy. That is
Yeah,
just
she says that
demeaning.
she called me a little boy. She said that I was playing games with her.
May she rest in hell.
She accused me of pricing out the package for more than it should have been, but I'm not the one who sets the prices, so it's not my fucking problem.
Okay, 50
That's
dollar
literally-
lady.
That's the higher ups in FedEx that decide how much they charge per pound.
Right. Plus, we have a whole margin thing that we have to do, so it's not my fault we have to make a profit. So I basically try to explain that to her, and she doesn't care. And then a few days later, she comes back to apologize. But you want to know how she apologizes? She tells me that to blame it on her menopause.
Bullshit.
No fucking joke. She tells me, blame it on my menopause. Like, lady, I don't give a shit if your kid died. Don't fucking tell me. Get the fucking package out of here and leave.
I don't want.
I don't care how many paws you've got.
I don't care. I don't care if the world is ending. I don't care if you work for fucking NASA. Get out. I don't want to see your face.
Get out of my
majority of
store.
the majority of my job is get the fucking get the package through, have the person get out of my store as fast as possible so I don't have anything else to do with it.
Get out.
That's it. That's it. And the majority of the time, that's how it is. Because my job, we have 6 different locations. I am the manager of the 3rd location, but the thing is we have the best reviews. We've got the best work ethic because I get things done quickly, just so I don't have to work for the rest of the day.
That makes
I
sense.
sit in the chair, I turn on YouTube music, I blast Russian music in the office, and that's it. That's all it is.
Oh.
So I honestly, honest to God, if anybody has complaints, I straight up call the CEO, which is my boss. I call him, and if they ever have to complain about to him, I call him. He calms them down. They leave, and my boss is like, just ignore them, and that's it. I don't care. I mean, my whole job.
Pretend
My
they're
whole job.
bots.
Right. My whole job consists of this. I open the store. I check the cash register. I open up all the systems. I scan. I package. I ship out, and that's it. That's my entire job. I keep the store as is. Nobody bothers me. I manage the entire thing. I have employees that work under me, and that's all I really care about. Other than that, on my days off, I either hang out with family or I go flying and write, or I write after work. That's it. I come home. I write a few chapters.
Been flying?
Listen, I'm only a student, so I only fly Pipers.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a very new student. I only started in February, so I'm still in the very, very beginnings of doing any type of big bird flying. That's not going to come until maybe 2 years later, I'd say. And it's an expensive endeavor too.
Oh yeah, no, it's an expensive hobby if you don't go through the Air Force.
I'm not a military guy, so that's not for me.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think you'd pass. Like, you have to fucking ace really high on your fucking ASVAB score to even get in.
I would ace really high. I'm not retarded. I'm not stupid. I mean, I was in college for a good few years, and I got pretty good. I was going to be a lawyer before I decided to go back to.
Oh, thank God you
aviation.
didn't. Oh my
Thank
God.
God. Man, I could
Oh my.
imagine that would have been hell.
I
And
almost
there-
went to
listen,
school for being
I got-
a lawyer,
I
then I
got
decided
my-
school was stupid.
Sorry,
So I
let
got-
him talk.
I got my degree, but because of the amount of considering I live in New York City, the amount of competition and the amount of people who just won't hire you here, and considering how the hiring in general is right now in the entire country,
Any
it's honestly impossible. So I gave up, and I decided to just go for my original dream of flying planes for a living. So I'm like, fuck it. I have enough money. I have enough money to invest into going to aviation, so fuck it. Why not?
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Time to get
so
flying.
I fly planes, and as soon as I get myself a job, I'm moving the fuck out of this godforsaken city.
You should go to.
Man's gonna end up in Arizona being an airplane pilot.
You go to Pensacola, Florida. That's where I'm from, and their whole thing is.
I
like,
want nothing to
military
do with
now.
Pensacola because I have an ex from there, and I do not want to think of her.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
That's different.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I've got great friends in Florida, though. All of whom
Aw.
Kansas has
yeah,
some
I've
of the
got
most
great friends there.
airplane manufacturing in the United States. So
In general, Florida is the pinpoint of where I want to end up when it comes to flying in general because they're cheap. When it comes to flying, it's very cheap to fly in Florida, compared to here.
Well,
Just
yeah.
remember,
Yeah,
you
it makes
move to
sense.
Florida, you're dealing with America's 70% elderly population. Swear to
Trust
God,
me,
they-
trust me, I
So-
completely
so-
know. I absolutely know that because when
Or
it comes to Florida, I've been there multiple times. I've been around with friends and I've seen the communities there. Yeah, it's a completely different fucking lifestyle than here.
I don't understand.
Wildly different.
sometimes. Okay. We went back to Pensacola, and it looks the same. So I don't like how that's a problem. It looks the same
Yeah.
since I lived there 20 years ago. It's not good to me.
the whole thing that it's like, oh, it looks exactly the same. Is that a good or a bad thing?
It's a bad thing. I don't want to live there for a reason.
Yeah, but,
You're just nothing but crazy people.
the thing is, when it comes down to moving anywhere, I do not see myself moving to the West Coast at all because personal reasons and whatever.
Expensive.
That's not that's only
the
the
least of
small
the
gist of
issue.
it. That's the least of the issues, my guy. No, it's I don't see myself living to the Midwest because in the Midwest there's just personally nothing for me to do there. The only other place that I see myself moving is just down southeast. All right, anywhere along the coast, mostly North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, or Florida.
Just don't go
I
to
feel like-
Savannah, Georgia. There's a lot of
Don't-
drug issues there.
I know the whole thing
Don't
about
feel
that.
like
Yeah.
a lot of coasters do not move to Austin like almost every other New Yorker or Californian's done.
Trust me, I know the stereotypes about that whole thing. I completely understand. But I try not to be the stereotypical New Yorker that everyone tries to be because for one, I can actually drive, and two, I don't hate guns.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
here's
yeah.
so
You'll fit in the South.
you know how to fly. When you learn how to fly, you're gonna learn how to drive because you're gonna be like, "Why am I in this car? I can just
You
fly
don't get it.
myself
You don't get
somewhere."
it. Everyone will tell you if you learn how to drive in New York, you know how to drive everywhere else.
Yeah.
Because everyone here, let me tell you something. The passing is for left lane. The left lane is for passing thing is not a thing here, because everyone takes up the lanes in every single
Everyone passes.
everywhere. There is
Everyone
no
passes.
there is no such thing as a passing lane here. You either take that lane or you don't.
Man,
You
I think
adapt.
Blake. I think he knows how to drive in Atlanta.
I've driven
yeah, definitely.
I've driven in Florida. I've driven in Florida. I've driven in
See-
in what's it called? What?
See, Atlanta driving is more like you have 5 lanes in the middle of Atlanta. So you'll see some crackhead going from 1st to 5th lane.
I'm gonna be honest. The amount of crackheads that we have in the middle of the road that try to beg for money and try to run themselves over, it's not new to me. So
Yeah, it's
I trust me. I will tell you straight up. I live in the hood.
oh,
I
somebody's
live-
fucking Arlox says Florida is the elephant graveyard of America.
The elephant grave. Yes.
They migrate there
Oh,
to
man,
die.
I love my elephant foot grave. My elephant foot trash bin.
Oh my gosh. USO.
Wow.
But yeah, when it comes to moving, I will only stick to places that I have at least some mutuals in. I would rather be around people who understand the place rather than just going blindly.
Yeah,
course.
yeah, it's a safe way to do it.
But here's one thing that's a surprising thing. Speaking of mutuals, I have actually met a snooter in real life.
Yeah,
I've met a few.
I've
met
met
this
one.
guy.
I have met one snooter in real life. Do any of you know a person by the name of Iron Mike?
Perhaps.
No,
Uh,
not me. No.
I
Iron
don't think
Mike.
it's the same not the same Iron Mike that you're probably talking about.
Maybe not. But he entered the Snoot server about, I'd say, half a year ago, maybe a bit longer. And turns out he's a New Yorker, and I found out he lives not about 20 minutes away from where I work. So one day he came up to my workplace, unzipped his jacket to show me the fucking Olivia hoodie that he had, and I immediately knew who he was. So yeah, every now and then we go drinking together.
Nice.
Aw,
Hell yeah.
good
Meeting a
ending.
snooter out in the open like that is a big surprise,
I'm-
but a welcome one.
I mean, a bunch of them are getting together for Dragon Con, and I will not be going.
I can't go.
I got too much shit going
I
on.
So I think I physically have met Blake, Swift, Sierra, and Oates.
At
He
some
got the
point-
whole crew over here.
At
I had
some
to drop to
point,
New Mexico. That was a drive.
listen. At some point, I do want to meet a few more snooters. I would be willing to either drive or maybe even fly somewhere to a certain con to meet up, but at the current prospects of my life, I am very, very busy. I don't have time for like a lot of things. Between school and work, it's just it's already too much. I mean, I've already cut down on the amount of times I go drinking out with friends just for the fact that school has taken up so much of my time.
Cool and saving money.
And
mean,
saving
flights-
money considering it's expensive.
It's not even talking about the stress related to flight school, because you're learning how to fly, and then when you're in a plane and like it's the first time you're doing it or a couple of times you're not sure, it probably puts a lot stress wise on you.
Luckily, I haven't been as stressed because I've been doing flight simming for like a long time. So the majority of the things that I've at least the surface level things that I've supposed to know, I've already known. So I'm already a good few classes ahead of where I should be.
Nice, nice.
But I just can't wait to finally move on
Have you done
out
any
of the
solos
city
yet?
and get myself a job. No, I'm again very, very early into my training, so my solo is going to be much, much later.
He's still a wee little baby right now in training.
Flight child.
He's still a cadet.
The-
Leave him alone.
The current area that I'm currently training on is how to do proper steep stalls, steep turns, and emergency situations like an engine fire or whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but so far I've gotten sick multiple times because I turned the plane 45 degrees to the side.
No.
I'm supposed to learn that. I'm supposed to do that. That's a part of my training. I have to learn how to do steep turns.
Your instructor the whole time going like, "You're sick." That's funny.
Good job.
Go fuck
job,
yourself,
bud.
Arlock. I saw that. Lapling. God.
I would love to learn to fly someday.
Yeah, it's very nice, but I'll tell you straight up, the very first times you will fly, you will get queasy because the wind will push you around like a fucking can.
I've never really had problems
Like,
with that
you
for
get-
like roller
you
coasters
get-
and whatnot. Is it similar?
It's yes and no because you can't really anticipate when you'll be pushed around.
Turbulence is turbulence.
Turbulence is basically it. But the thing is, turbulence in a tiny plane is much, much worse than being in an airliner.
Yes, I could figure that. Jeez.
You
You
will
know,
jump up in your seat once in a while.
I feel like the hardest part is the landing.
It's
Oh.
not. Surprisingly, it's not. No.
Really?
Okay.
The thing is, when they teach you to land, they tell you to keep the nose right below the numbers of the runway until you're almost above them. And then as soon as you get almost above them, you just lift that nose and just let it sit. You don't force it to sit. Just as long as you lose airspeed, it'll sit down for you, and you won't have to worry about falling to the ground. And that's exactly what I do. So, and I can land pretty well now. Hell, I even bought those meta glasses, the Facebook meta glasses that's been advertised with that ones that have glasses on them, like cameras on them,
Mm-hmm.
sunglasses. I got those to record my flights, and I've already recorded a few videos and whatnot. I've my landings, my takeoffs, few maneuvers, all that stuff. So yeah, I've it's pretty nice. But I've got a long way to go and a lot of money to spend.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's very expensive because planes in general are just expensive to run. And then I'm sure the instructors charge an arm and a leg.
Now here's the question: would you like to fly a plane called the Christmas Bullet?
Are you talking about that plane that never existed?
Oh, it does exist, but everybody who's test flied it, they died.
Yeah.
Why would you?
The
No.
Christmas- Oh, you're talking. Oh, I've learned about this. No,
Isn't that from the early age of aviation?
Yes,
yeah,
it was from like
it's the
19...
1900s, like the 1910s. No,
Yeah.
I do not
No.
want to go through that. But
All
yeah, no,
right.
I genuinely can't wait to get far into the career, and then one day I'll probably even write an anon as a pilot fic, which people have
No.
fucking pushed me to write.
All right, well,
gotta
would
do
you
the funny thing,
fly-
make Samantha the pilot.
would you fly one of our
I
like
mean-
our Stratofortresses?
I'm not a yeah, I wouldn't yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Stratofortress, but I again not much into military aviation as much as I am into a lot of these.
I know, but like some private citizens have bought them.
I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, but I believe you're only allowed to buy them only if you had prior knowledge and prior at least.
I think
time in these aircraft.
I think our early bombers have less restrictions on them though too.
They did. Yeah, they did. But again, everything changed after certain events in history, so you can't really do that anymore.
No, like as in
You might be able
like
to-
there's a wider range of people who can fly like our early World War II planes.
Well, yeah,
Like, I'm
yeah,
pretty sure
absolutely.
you could probably fly a B-17.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, you can't fly it on your own. That thing is an entire monster in order to
It needs a crew.
maintain and try to
Yeah.
fly. You need a huge crew in order to fly it. I mean,
A
just
B-22,
20
probably not.
just 20 years ago, we still had flight engineers, and now we don't.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, things change. But yeah, aviation's cool. That's nice, and I like flying. Yippee!
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, whenever you get your flights, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
You get yourself a little
So
biplane.
is your goal just to fucking fly to deliver the mail?
Oh, no. No,
No.
the whole thing is that I want to fly. I want to fly just for the hell of it, and make money, just because I can. So my entire thing is I just want to fly. I like planes. I like aviation. I like to be up in the sky. It's cool, and because of that, I decided to go and take up being a pilot, because that's my whole fucking dream, is just
You
flying.
know, you bring up flight, and we play video games, so I'm guessing you played Ace Combat.
I have played Ace Combat 7. Yeah, I have it on my. I played Ace Combat 4, 5, and 7. I did not like 6.
One of my buddy's
Man,
dads,
wingman.
this boomer I know, is a celebrity private charter pilot. As in, he is a private pilot chartered by celebrities, not that he is a celebrity.
Wait, who?
What do you mean,
One of
who?
his
It's
friends.
just one of my, yeah.
Oh.
This boomer I know.
Ah.
Yeah, old man that does.
By the way,
I'm like,
he gets airline miles for flying. still for the plane he pilots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna redeem it to myself.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does. Every couple of years, he takes a huge family vacation.
Remember, there's that one guy that did buy the unlimited, like, frequent fire points stuff.
And they still honor
still
it?
gets free trips. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They
most
well, yeah, the
still
court said
honor
they
it.
have to.
Yeah, it's so funny.
God, I wish that were me.
But okay. Are there any last tisms?
Oh, last tisms. Oh, I was expecting people to come in here and try to crash it.
I mean, we do have like a hard out at round 9.
Well, yeah. In a couple hours here.
I mean, does anybody have any more questions overall in general for me? I mean, I'm
You know
I'm
what?
willing to
What's your
answer
favorite
anything.
type of breakfast food?
Oh man,
You strike me as an
eggs
eggs
or-
and bacon type of guy.
yeah, eggs and over easy. I like them over easy. And,
Nice.
bacon, yeah, pretty
Kind of
much.
jammy in the center.
Yeah.
Do you
yeah,
spread the
over
egg
easy a
yolk on
little
your
bit.
toast? Like, do you like use your toast to
Yes.
like wipe all your yolk off your plate?
No, I dip my toast.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
I dip my toast. But if we're talking about if we're talking about a little bit more niche things, then I like something called shakshuka.
Describe.
It's basically eggs. It's tomato paste basically that's warmed with eggs inside of a pan. And you can put whatever herbs you want on it. And it is it is a very early Middle Eastern dish. But it's also
So-
spread out throughout the entire Soviet Union.
You
And
do
it
pronounce
is-
the H in herb.
Wait, what?
You pronounced herb.
Yeah.
You're using the Eastern version instead of the Americanized herb.
That's because of I understand that. I know
He's on
because
East Coast. Shit.
yeah, East Coast. Yeah, I'm an East Coaster.
You know,
Wooster?
he knows a lot of boot. You know, that's Canadian. That's funny.
A
I'm an
lot
East
to do,
Coaster.
but nothing.
Yeah, I like shakshuka. It is my most favorite thing to eat.
I think I have tomato paste in my pantry. I should probably. You know what? I might try it.
You know what?
I
Which
would
side?
seriously recommend it.
Which side are you on? Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Yay.
Okay. Okay. Do we
Pancakes have a lower bar to
What?
entry because waffles need the special griddle. Oh, I sneezed on my cat.
Poor arsenic.
Poor buddy.
He's like, what?
Why'd you sneeze on me?
Now you have to take a bath.
Okay, so your pancake. I mean, I would say I'm more of a waffle guy only if it's actually easy to make. Waffle ironers are nice.
They gotta
Yeah.
be crispy.
All right,
I need
so
to find if you can find those those hotel waffle makers.
Oh,
Those are good.
Yeah. But the thing is, the reason why pancakes for me is because I grew up mostly on pancakes. We don't really have a waffle maker, and the pancakes that we make at home are
cabbage.
not
pancakes?
they're not really Americanized like the ones that we know that you can
We're
get
savory.
from IHOP or something or savory. Yeah, I get my I make mine always different. It's always something new. I always try. So for me, pancakes were always going to be the way to go. I know how to make them fluffy, not fluffy, flat, not flat. All those. It's yeah. I like pancakes. Pancakes. Okay. Any other questions?
pancakes for life. How fast could you take down a Denny's Grand Slam?
I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't even know. I'd have to try it.
This man's from New York. He doesn't know what Denny's is.
Places-
No,
some
we
places
know what
don't
a
have-
Denny's are. It's just that we don't have one nearby.
Yeah, we don't have one.
I
Yeah,
would
they're
pay for you to
not-
go out and get a Grand Slam.
The closest thing to a Denny's that I have is a fucking IHOP.
I don't like IHOP.
Yeah, IHOP, I don't
That's
like them
nothing.
either. Their pancakes are way too soggy.
They're too expensive for
I
what they are.
agree.
I don't like the majority of their foods because half the time they come out too soggy for some reason. It's like it's like what has it been sitting out there for half an hour? What the fuck?
They're lazy.
In general, I haven't really been eating anything sweet as of recently. I've been more savory, so steaks and stuff like that, and meats. For that's my stuff.
I can appreciate that. I do a lot of the savory stuff. I actually just really enjoy Spam.
Well, not that type savory, but sure. I like mine a little bit less canned.
Oats he lives like he's from the 1920s and he can't trust the foodies around.
What's next? You're gonna start eating fucking beans on toast?
No,
No.
I'm allergic to legumes.
He is allergic to the legumes or the legamis, the inagamis.
I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of beans myself, so I completely understand.
I like beans, but I get why some people don't.
I tried them, and then every time I try beans, I don't like the texture, and the taste is a bit weird, and feels sometimes a bit gelatinous. So I'm good on that.
No,
I
that's
think, man, I thought it was because somebody at one point when you were eating beans in public yelled at you saying, "This fucker eating beans."
This feller is eating beans.
Yeah,
bean goons.
not for me.
Okay, so is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh my god. You mean a gizzy?
Or is a hot dog a taco?
Did you say a gizzy?
I meant to say glizzy.
Gizzy.
Glizzy.
Okay, I would. Okay. If you're gonna ask me if it's a sandwich, then I'd like to ask you this: is a taco a sandwich?
No, a taco is a roll.
So technically, with a taco, if it is open, it's like a wedge to me. If it's enclosed, it's a roll.
So what would you consider for the hot dog at that point?
So my rule for
A
a
hot dog is a roll.
is while the bread is one piece, it would be more like a taco. But when that piece of bread breaks from the center, it then becomes a hot dog sandwich.
Arlox says both are subs.
Both are subs. Well, a sub is a type of sandwich.
Okay.
My cat's freaking out. He's taking my headphones with him.
Shuon,
you're just wrong.
What do you mean that it's an omelet? I need.
Where are the eggs?
No, explain that in detail. What the fuck do you mean it's an omelet? That makes no sense. How would it be an omelet?
So there are people I know of that don't consider burgers sandwiches.
Yes,
that's
those are the
retarded
same.
because it's a sandwich.
It's a sandwich. But they're like, no, it's a burger. What is a burger?
Well, a burger is just a name for a.
It's
People.
burger is the Hamburg steak is a thing that goes in the middle of the
Right,
sandwich
in
called the
Japan.
hamburger.
Look, I have seen friendships ruined over our hamburger sandwiches. I've seen arguments of many things.
Why? My
Correct,
question
Kendall.
is why? So stupid.
People being stubborn.
Oh my god.
Man,
It's
now I have to get
not
Shuhan
stubborn.
back in here so I can also just tell him that he's wrong about tacos being omelets. This vexes me.
So, like for instance,
Okay.
there's certain things that are true.
Taco shell has eggs? No, it doesn't. Tortillas don't have eggs in them. It's flour and water
It's your flour
and oil.
Corn.
It's
your
corn,
flour,
it's mostly
corn, and oil. That's a tortilla.
They make flour out of the corn.
Probably yeast, I don't know.
It's called cornmeal.
No. It's flour. No, it's like wheat flour.
Corn
or-
flour is different
No,
from cornmeal.
cornmeal.
Cornmeal is too
Okay.
coarse.
My favorite vegetable in general
Oh,
is
no.
corn. I like corn as my.
If you have hard tell taco, that's
wait.
that's cornmeal.
Corn and beets are my favorite. I like beets.
I love beets.
You know, I'm not gonna make a
breakfast taco
stereotypical
still
joke.
is an omelet because it's nothing that's been in eggs. It's just scrambled eggs on a taco shell.
Don't bring up borscht. Don't do it.
Sorry.
You know what? Fuck you. What is a timpano?
I'm sorry, I have to bring up borscht because I'm Russian. I eat that like every winter, so borscht is king. I'm sorry.
It's good. It's good.
An Eastern
Yeah.
Slav that isn't a Pole bringing up borscht. How
Borschtlos.
topical.
Malone.
You want to talk about borscht by all fucking means? I'm up for that shit because I'm Russian. I have to.
Borschtlos.
It's really good.
Next thing you're gonna say that you gotta bring out your 60-year-old babushka to make you some borscht.
I would, but she's dead.
Oh no.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah. No, I know how to make borscht myself. I'm pretty well educated in that sector.
And she had to make
Okay,
sure you knew
so-
before she left.
Okay,
Yeah.
so would you rather fry your beets or would you rather steam your beets?
I always steam them. What do you mean?
What the hell?
Where have you ever heard? Hold on. Who the fuck fries beets in the first place?
The British.
I've made.
You fried beets before? Are you retarded?
I thought you could fry beets at
Shuhan.
one point.
Buddy, you've not begun to see me
Yeah.
crash out before. You were not there.
I was a
about to crash
teenager.
out. I'm about to
I was
crash
a
out now because
teenager.
fucking
Listen?
fried beets. God.
I seen some curse shit. Someone fried watermelon.
People
Okay,
fry
that's
water.
not outla- I've
No, I
that's
think
not
it's
that outlandish. Okay, I've seen worse, but when it comes to beets, nah, that crosses the line. No.
Beets are so healthy.
I have
why
seen.
would you do
We have
that?
figured out how to fry water.
No, I did not fry it. Not deep fry, pan fry.
Oh
That's
my
not that
God.
how. Okay, I don't even want to know.
What do you mean how? They solidified the water into a gel and then they put it in a deep fryer after breading
Oh
it.
God. Oh God.
No, that's deep frying, not pan frying.
Pan frying is
You
different.
You can
Yeah.
stir fry them, but
But you can stir fry anything.
yeah.
Do you have mushrooms, some greens, and some meat? There you go, stir fry.
I have
I don't
had
like
the deep fried water. It's kind of
Oh, okay.
underwhelming.
I don't like mushrooms.
Oh,
Depends on the
do you
mushroom.
like squash? Do you like
So,
butternut
I-
squash?
Depends on the
Our
season.
fried beef's just onion rings with debuffs.
Sorry.
So, if you've never had stuffed mushrooms, they're not bad. But you
I
have to get
could
the right
never-
type of mushroom.
I
He's not
could
gonna
never get into mushrooms. I tried eating mushrooms in general. They're not to me. No.
Some of
I
the
can't.
store-bought ones aren't the greatest.
I'm pretty sure I have this exact fucking argument with like Meister and a few other people, and they all crashed out on me because I don't like mushrooms or tomatoes.
It's
I like tomatoes.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
guessing
eat.
it's
I'll
our
eat
next
tomatoes
option.
like
Everybody.
apples.
I
I'm guessing
can't
it's a
eat raw
texture.
tomatoes.
I'll eat raw onions
tomatoes.
by the fucking
I will
bulb.
eat-
Oh my God.
Yes,
I will
raw
not eat-
onions. I used to eat raw onions by the
Because
bulb
they're
as a kid.
crunchy.
Hell yeah.
Because they're
You know-
crunchy.
look. At least I can eat raw garlic. I've done it before.
I've
Mm.
done raw
Raw
garlic
garlic
as well.
nothing.
That's
Raw garlic,
really good.
delicious.
That's
Really
love
good.
raw garlic. You kidding me?
We all like to be Wario one day.
All of these things go together and they make some excellent dishes.
Exactly. But like, my mom told me I used to take a green onion and just
Straight up
like just
fucking ate it?
chomp.
Oh,
raw
I go
onions.
right for the
Whole
yellow
fucking
onions.
I like the green onions, my favorite. But
Scallions, as they're called here.
Green onions.
green onion.
The-
But yeah, I don't like tomatoes, raw tomatoes, just raw tomatoes. I can't stand raw tomatoes because of their
My man.
bitterness. I can't.
understand.
but
very
I-
juicy.
But when it comes to any other sort of tomato, I'll eat it. I love fried tomatoes. I love cherry tomatoes, and I love pickled tomatoes.
Oh.
They're great.
But
Pickling things does tend to, like, Bring certain qualities out of them that are just delicious.
No, you brought up pickles. You know what you did?
Summon the pickle man!
He's gonna show
Meister.
up.
Get in here, pickle man!
No, and when it comes to pickles, I am a fucking sucker for pickles. I love pickles.
Are you a slut for
Try-
pickles?
I am a slut for pickles. Yes.
Are you one
So
of those
am I.
guys that has a giant jar of like the giant plastic jars of pickles?
Plastic jars? What?
So, there are some. So this used to be a thing. I don't know if they do plastic anymore. They used to do plastic. Is where you get the whole pickle they're in a plastic container jar, basically, and you just put it in your fridge. I don't know if they do that anymore. That was a thing when I was a kid.
We just had really big glass jars.
Yeah,
For some
I think
fucking
it's because
reason.
I think it was just cheaper to sell it over here in giant plastic. I call it plastic jar, but it's just a plastic container.
I'm a huge
But-
when it comes to pickles, I like spicy pickles the most. I'm a
Anything
sucker
but
for
bread and butter.
butter.
I'm not a fan of bread and butter
listen.
pickles.
Listen, oh bread. Okay, yeah, yeah. I thought you meant actual bread and butter. But but I've tried. I've tried.
Oh, bread on butter with a little bit of
well,
salt
the
on
thing
it?
is-
That's elite.
The thing is, store-bought pickles are ruined for me in general because my brother once brought home a jar of spicy jar of pickles from the Amish. When he was down in He was down in Pennsylvania with a few friends, and he bought a few homemade Amish pickles, and I tried them, and it is the best fucking pickle I have ever tried, and I could never go back to any store-bought pickles because every single time I try to use store-bought pickle, whether it's spicy, sweet, or whatever,
Alright, well, what do you think
it
of
just
fried
doesn't
pickles?
go well. I've tried fried pickles; they're good. They're good.
Yeah, they bring the basket around and it's gone the next second, you know?
God, I even tried dill pickle jerky. That's delicious, absolutely delicious. But yeah, I can't handle tomatoes like raw tomatoes. No, big no. I will take them off my sandwich. I will take them off everything that's on my food. I will not have that.
Just tell them not to add the
No.
tomatoes.
Yeah, but some of them don't tell you that there are tomatoes on there, so I don't know why. But yeah, me no like tomato. I take tomato off. That's why. Yeah, like
Your
fried
Burger
tomatoes. Fuck
King,
it, why not?
and they put fucking 2 tomatoes on
You
your
know what
fucking
I don't
burger.
like? The amount of mayonnaise that comes on McChickens.
I don't like.
It's
I don't-
like,
yeah,
did
don't
I
like
order the
a lot of
McCum
mayonnaise.
sandwich?
So mayonnaise is an interesting thing that I have sometimes. I don't like.
I
too
like
much
light
mayo.
mayonnaise.
I don't really like it on sandwiches or use it to make fry sauce, and that's about it.
I like a light little sheen of mayonnaise on my sandwich. I do not
This
need
looks
you to dump
miracle.
like 8 mayonnaise
Yeah,
packets onto this fucking McChicken.
I still prefer
Like
actual
one
mayonnaise
nice
versus Miracle Whip.
scoopful with some mustard done.
I knew someone
The
who used
goddamn
to put
McCum
mayo-
sandwich has ruined many a friendship for me.
So there was this one like Argentinian person I knew who dipped their chicken strips in mayo. I'm like,
Oh.
that's not my thing. I don't
Oh, what?
At least use
look
ranch.
at that.
Which
Yeah.
ranch is just a way to cover up bad food, honestly.
It's just
Right.
So okay, I
It's a
need to
different
understand
thing.
which one of you fuckers here uses fucking ranch on your pizza.
When I was young, I
know
used
people
to.
who does that. I know people who
No.
still do that. I know people who still
My
do
sister
that.
You-
does that.
What?
You
Blue cheese
use
is
it.
one thing?
Limited
Ranch?
ranch.
No.
No, I'll explain
No.
why. You put it on shitty pizza. That's why.
I would, yeah, even then, I can't see myself putting that on pizza. I'm sorry.
I've done it
It just
before.
doesn't
If you
Okay.
want the
Makes
flavors of
sense.
ranch, put the ranch seasoning on it. Don't fucking start
Yeah.
dousing it in fucking ranch. It makes it too wet and it's
Right.
just sloppy.
Right.
You guys are
Exactly.
freaking out over
And
this.
consider this. I'm a New Yorker. We know about pizza. We know how to make
Eh?
pizza.
Oh yeah.
You use a knife and fork for pizza. But
No,
like
we don't. No, we don't.
the thing with pizza though is that it comes with a handle on it. It should
Yeah.
not be a messy food to eat. You have a handle.
It
Yeah.
comes with a tiny table, so I don't know why people are so lazy.
Yeah.
It's got the tiny little table.
You know what that's actually for, right?
It's to make sure.
It's so
that
the
our
fucking pizza it flips over in the box, it's more likely to survive.
He-
It holds it better in the box.
Okay, you know what? You're from New York. Okay, what opinion on deep dish?
I've never tried it, so I don't. I can't really have an opinion on it. But from what I've seen, it feels more like a pie than a pizza.
I mean, they call
I
it
mean,
a pizza
what's
pie.
a pizza fully called? It's a pizza pie.
Well, yeah, but again, it doesn't. It's less
It
of a
feels
pizza.
more like a
and
They used to
more
call
of a
me
pie.
deep dish in high school.
Well, yeah, casserole. There you go. It feels more like a casserole.
Yeah, there you go. Helped you.
Just yeah, slip that one
I
in.
never tried. I've yet to try a deep dish pizza, so
You should try it.
don't know.
They're pretty good.
It's not bad. It's really good.
Just make sure they
It's just
bake
if
the
you
sauce in the oven and don't just pour cold sauce on the pizza.
Ew.
So
no.
the one thing I'd definitely say is it sits heavier than you'd think because it's a bigger slice. So
well, yeah, that's understandable. I've tried huge sliced pizzas before, and they're just more bread than anything else.
E-
Now, there is one thing that I have to ask all of you. Have any of you tried a vodka pizza?
No.
Yes. Yes.
I don't
That
drink.
sounds good.
Okay.
Yes.
Vodka sauce.
Oh, half of you are missing out. Okay, the vodka. Okay,
Not me.
so
I go for the margarita pizza.
Vodka. So vodka pizza is basically okay. Did any of you try penne alla vodka before?
No.
Yeah, I think I vaguely tried it. Yeah.
All right, so it's basically tomato sauce that's doused in alcohol.
Yep.
That is evaporated, and some heavy cream is added in, and basically it makes the entire pizza. It is just that entire sauce on pizza. So there is no actual alcohol content. It is just heavy cream vodka with tomato sauce. That's literally it. But it's so good, but it's so filling and fattening. But it does make the pizza at least somewhat thinner than cheese and tomato sauce. So yeah. I would, if you guys ever decide to come anywhere up to the northeast, you need to go and get yourself a vodka slice because it is it's so good.
There's this place
Wasn't there
called Mimi's that has it here.
Was there a place that you're supposed to take me to that had like this one guy who pretended to be another ethnic group?
Yes! Yes! There is a food truck run by a Russian guy pretending to be Ukrainian who speaks with a German accent, and he makes pizza.
The fuck?
And gyros.
The fuck?
It's so crazy.
Which, I mean, he speaks the German accent because he grew up in his later years of, like, childhood in West Germany.
Oh,
Crazy.
okay. That's cool.
So I think the story is he was born in Russia, his family moved to Ukraine, then he went to West Germany, and being from Ukraine sounds better than being Russian at the time. So now that's what he said, and that's just kind of how he is now. And he's here in America, in Kansas now.
You want to know? You want to know what's funny?
He also sells gyros.
You want to know what's funny? By blood, I am not fully Russian. I am actually Ukrainian and Belarusian. So I'm just Russian speaking.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's fair.
I mean, Russia, at least during the big old days, had a lot of ethnic groups.
Yeah, pretty much. So they pretty much took over like half the goddamn Eurasian continent. So I'm not really surprised.
Man, no wonder why you like borscht.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure isn't that actually a Ukrainian dish, not really a Russian one.
Okay, so man, I talked about this before, but you know how people make fun of the Dutch language?
Yeah, it's recently.
Yeah, it's
the
Diet
exact
Coke of German.
That is the exact same thing what Russian and Ukrainian is. That's literally what it is. People make fun of the Ukrainian language because it sounds like a slurred Russian, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of agree because there are some words in there that just aren't needed. Like here is a good example. In Russian, if you want to say like informally hello to someone, you say zdarova. But in Ukrainian, they say zdarovenki buli. What the fuck?
That sounds.
Isn't there like
fantasy.
Isn't there a greeting that isn't there like some sentences which are very innocuous in Russian, but like can literally tell you that you're going to fuck your mom in fucking Ukrainian?
Yes and no. I don't remember exactly what the words is because I don't speak Ukrainian. I only speak Russian. But I understand Ukrainian because of my job. The amount of Ukrainians who come over to our job because we work with a Ukrainian company to ship to Ukraine is insurmountable. It's insane how many we have. And the funny thing is, I actually learned how to read and write in Russian because of my job. I used to only know how to speak it. So now I know all 3. But
That's
beforehand, it
kinda
was.
And then it's like,
Now
So,
I'm learning how to
can
speak
you read the
Ukrainian.
cursive?
Russian cursive is the bane of language.
man, can't wait for you to learn ancient Bulgarian.
Never. Never. If I'm ever going to learn another language, it'll probably be within the next 20 years or so. I'm not planning to learn anything else. I'm too busy learning how to fly.
Yeah, be generic like everybody here to try to learn Japanese because obviously you're gonna go to Japan at one point.
I had
I
learned
do
Latin, but I
plan-
forgot a
I-
lot of it. I learned
do
how to
plan
translate
go
Latin.
visit I do plan to go to Japan at some point, only for the fact that my family wants to go. So luckily, I've got friends there who can just give us a tour, and I don't have to speak Japanese.
So are you Japanese or are you Chinese? I'm Laotian.
I'm Laos.
They ocean.
But
You're
anyway,
not Chinese or Japanese. You're Laotian, ain't that right, Mr. Khan?
Anyways, guys, it's time for me to kind of slowly skedaddle. I've got to set up for tomorrow and all that, but it was very nice being
It was.
on this show and this nice lovely talk. I'm very thankful that I was finally, after a year and a half or so, scheduled to be on here. But again, better late than never.
What do you mean late?
A wizard is never late. He precisely arrives as he means to.
You've been in my orbit for a little while.
Yeah. But if there's somebody I would recommend to come on here, it would be Orion.
Orion
Mine
Necropolis?
is on my list.
Yes.
so
Orion, I think, is in here.
Yep.
Is he?
I think he is.
Oh.
Oh no, Bobzar used to be in here.
Yeah, Orion's in here. I see them occasionally.
Well, if that's
Like
the
I
case,
said.
then I would call him up here. He deserves to have his own interview. He's a great guy. I would recommend him wholeheartedly. He makes great picks. I love landmines.
Yeah, and somehow you've had the
Landmine
cleanest
Pete,
interview that we've
Ryan
ever
High,
had.
Hype reel.
You didn't add a bunch of random bullshit to the background.
I mean, I didn't really know what to add, and plus, I wanted to keep it as friendly as possible. I'm not an
Yeah,
asshole.
So you could say that that Oat kept you waiting.
Huh.
You're waiting, no?
Huh?
Get you waiting, huh?
Kept you waiting, huh?
You know what? Age hasn't
Master
slowed you that
Miller. Oh.
one bit, Doge.
Of course, I'm only 25 years old.
Oh, hold on.
Oh God, I'm a year older than you. God damn it.
But yet I sound old as fuck, I know.
I mean,
For real, I thought you were 27 or 28.
Doge, you want to
because
guess
you
how old
spoke-
I am?
30.
21.
Damn, okay, never mind. Holy fuck.
He's baby.
I'm just a little
Yeah,
guy.
he sounds like that he sounds like he's my age though. Damn, alright.
It's because I'm a plumber.
Ah, well then you've already had your fair share of aging.
I am covered
Oh,
in
he had shit
burns.
phone. He is covered in
Understandable. I am covered in fucking aviation fuel half the time, so
least
I
I
love
like it.
yummy purple primer.
dirt. Just
I
don't
love
drink
this.
it.
I love the taste of lead in my mouth.
Mmm.
Man,
Remember, lead ochre joints are used nowhere but Chicago.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna go and skedaddle. You guys have a fun night. I gotta go get dinner. And
Yeah.
get ready for tomorrow's
We're
flight. So,
we're about to do some D&D in the horror setting. I don't know if
Alright,
Magic's
you
gonna
all-
stream that. He
You
might.
guys all have fun. Thank you all for the invitation.
Yep.
And
course, man.
I hope
And
to see more interviews and maybe even join in on some calls once in a while because I
Yeah.
do need to do that.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you know the guy well enough, you can join in for when they're giving their spiel.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
It was a pleasure
All
to
right,
have
I like
you, and
that.
it'd be a pleasure to have you again on any other interview, man.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
one day, maybe
absolutely.
you'll get the next roundup if you'll have time.
Yeah,
maybe
sure.
you'll sit
Absolutely.
in. If you show up for the next roundup, you may show up for if my brother's open, another physics lesson.
Oh
The
boy.
the physics lessons are early in the morning.
And the thing is, I actually have to go through physics in flight school as well, so that would be perfect for me.
Oh, his stuff is.
It's not basic physics.
Part-
I know,
It's
I
part
know.
of-
Particle
It's-
physics and astrophysics.
Oh God.
not astrophysics. It's fucking applied high energy. That
Oh.
shit's fucking. nuts.
Doesn't he work with a collider?
Yes, he works with a couple. He primarily is a programmer for compiling all of the data set information.
All right, well, y'all have fun and have a good night. Thanks again,
All right.
and hope to see y'all
Have a
soon.
good night,
Thank
man.
Yeah, you have a
You too.
wonderful night.
Have
Have a
peace.
good night, man.
Peace
Thank
be
you.
with you.
you. All right.
Peace.
Can't
He was
handle
saying
neutron
Inwa.
style. Later, Enwa.
Wow.
What? Why are you guys still?
What a-
alive?
You know,
Fuck
explosive
off.
That's
Yeah,
what I
what did
expected
he-
of Starman, but I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. One explosive into the interview.
You know,
You made your mic really fucking crunchy there. I could not understand a word you said. But the memory's gone. I'm feeling numb.
Right. He called me right when he was leaving. I didn't get to say goodbye.
Oh, no.
Say goodbye.
Why is my brother playing the Jackbox Party Pack 3?
You
I
mean the
see.
jackpot?
You lied to me that you'd never have time. I constantly see you boot up that game.
So I decided because it was the Metal Gear guy, yes, I would be playing Metal Gear Solid 5 while he's doing his spiel.
Yeah, and I threw it up
Funny.
in the little school TV cart.
Still there.
Is a stream over yet?
I have not. I guess I should tell people goodbye, Space Cowboy.
Goodbye.
Yes,
Peace.
because I'm about